Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5.
It's time for high school sports, right here on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Charter College, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Les Schwab, One Way Construction, Rivercom 911, Save Mart, and Sangster Motors. And now let's get ready for high school sports. It starts now on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
He's gonna win it. Eastmont's gonna win the Bridge of Sportsmanship. It's Gregerson on the interception. Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Along with Paul Collard, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for Big Nine football one more time around here this season for the Wenatchee Panthers. It's senior night tonight, not just for the football team, but for all of the fall sports. They'll be recognized here tonight prior to the ballgame. In fact, in just a few moments, we have Moses Lake in town. And how about the Chiefs, Paul? They've had a great season so far. They've won the Big Nine championship. They'll be the number one seed out of the Big Nine heading to the state tournament. But, these two teams get together. You kind of laugh about it. You say throw the records out the window, but that's really the case.
Yep, that's definitely the case tonight, Eric. And we got one team, Moses Lake, that quite frankly just wants to get out of here with no injuries, go into the state playoffs healthy. Wenatchee, rivalry game, wants to get some hits in tonight and have senior night.
And have nothing to lose, by the way, as the Panthers come into the game tonight with a record of 1-6. They're 0-4 in Big Nine play. Would love to knock off the team that's 5-0 in the Big Nine so far this season. I wanted to introduce you to Paul here, who comes to us out of the officials' ranks. Started back when? A long time ago.
A long time ago. I first got into officiating back in actually about 1980. Was going to college at Pacific Lutheran University. Part of my work study program was running the intramural department at PLU. And guess what? Nobody wanted to officiate. Can you imagine that? So the games had to happen. They needed officials. So I started doing, flag football and umpiring slow pitch and basketball. And I just loved it. And when I got out of college, got married, was living in Kirkland at the time, and called up the Juanita High School athletic director and said, how do I get involved in football officiating? I wanted to give something back to the kids. Part of my college education was paid for with scholarships for sports, and I just wanted to give something back. So,
I was going to say, a guy your size, you had to have played at some point in time.
Played football and played some basketball as well. So, life was good. Sports have been very, very good, and got to meet a lot of people over the years, and just been very, very blessed to kind of move up the ladder as well, and just to have a great career until some knee injury happened. So,
well, and Paul and I, that's how we met, was through officiating. I officiated here locally in the Chelan County Association for 10 years, and we got you involved because you were a clinician and you were recognized around the state. By the way, it's not just a former official. He's in the Hall of Fame for officials, ladies and gentlemen. 28 years high school, and then you did college ball as well, right?
Yeah, total of 31 years total on the field. Few years over, I did high school and NCAA. When I moved up the ladder in the NCAA, a lot of Friday night travel, so I had to give up the high school football. But just been a wonderful, wonderful avocation.
Well, it's fitting, I think, that we're at Lee Bofto Field because you're a Quincy graduate.
You betcha. Go Jackrabbits.
You went to Quincy about the time that Lee Bofto was the coach here at Wenatchee High School back in the day. So kind of nice to bring you full circle here.
You betcha. Back, I think it was in 1976, if I remember correctly, that Wenatchee either won the state championship at the King Bowl or at the Kingdome, or was in the state playoffs. Wenatchee always had good football teams back in the late 70s.
Well, the Wenatchee Panthers are hoping to maybe get some of that magic back here tonight as they take on a very good Moses Lake team. We'll come back and talk more about this matchup. We'll have Coach Scott Devereaux. We'll also talk to Connor Dooley, who came into the season preparing to be the quarterback. He hasn't been, and we'll talk to him about that challenge as we come back here on the pregame show. Are you ready for some football? We are. And hope you are too here on the NCWLIFE Channel. It's Moses Lake and Wenatchee. We'll have more right after this.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Welcome back here on the pregame show along with Paul Collard. I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel. You know, one thing, Paul, that I've had, being a former official, it's been a few years since I've been an official, so the rules escape me at times and applications of adjudication and things like that escape me. So I'm happy you're here because you'll be able to kind of set me straight on some things.
I'll be happy to keep you straight, Eric.
Yeah, Lord knows my wife has been asking for that for a long time. Well, it is senior night, and we've got the seniors being announced on the football team here behind us. Cheer squad, the dance squad, band members going to be introduced as well here tonight. A senior, for me and you, probably it's way too long ago to think about our senior year in high school. And Grant and I were talking about this a week ago too. Seems we're 3 weeks in a row now of senior night games here on the NCWLIFE Channel. But that last time of walking out on your home field, I know it meant a lot to me. I'm sure it did you too.
Oh, definitely. And just that last senior night when the clock clicks down,
yeah.
And for most of these kids, it'll be the last time they put on the pads, the purple and gold, and there'll be some tears in that locker room no matter what happens tonight.
Yeah, win or lose, walking off that field for that final time. I was lucky enough, you're lucky enough to play beyond high school, but to become then a spectator, to become then someone who has to pay to get into the game rather than get a chance to strap on that uniform, that is a big transition.
Big transition, but that's why you want to officiate. You got the best seat in the house. We're short of officials in the state of Washington, so talk to Eric, talk to myself. We'd love to chat with you about it. But, yeah, it's a great way to stay in the game, too. And you get the best seat in the house, you make a few bucks.
Yeah, definitely so. Now, seniors that we're talking about tonight for the Wenatchee Panthers that want to go out on a high note, Camden Lloydhammer, he's going to be in the backfield running the football here tonight. Wenatchee's struggled offensively. There's just no ways around it. Only 1,600 yards total offense so far this season. That's been kind of split between the run and the pass. I'm sure the best way that they can keep Moses Lake and that explosive offense off the field is to keep the ball themselves. That's the best defense I think they can have tonight.
Yep, keep the ball, run the clock, and keep it away from those people.
Yeah, absolutely. Besides Camden Lloydhammer, Connor Dooley, who's going to join us here on the pregame show, another one of the seniors that'll be starting tonight. Caden Zimmerman, as well as Johnny Amezqua. He's had an injury-filled season, hoping for good things here tonight against the Moses Lake Chiefs. It's the Chiefs, it's the Panthers. We'll continue with the pregame show, talk with Coach Scott Devereaux about how the team is still hanging together despite the tough season so far, and Connor Dooley as well, as we continue here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl right after this.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
Pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for Moses Lake and Wenatchee tonight. The rivalry renewed. Talking with Scott Devereaux, head coach for the Panthers. I guess the big question when your team is not performing how you'd hoped or how they hoped, how do you keep the spirits up?
Our guys have been pretty spirited all season. You know, they really like each other. Last night was team dinner, and it was like a party atmosphere. They stay late after practice and play. I got to turn the lights out to get them off the field. These guys care about each other, so that helps a bit. It is tough when you've lose 7 in a row, but they're still swinging.
Well, and, you have a chance to beat the team that is number one, and who would have thought that at the beginning of the season? Are you a little surprised at how Moses Lake has done this year?
Actually, not really.
Yeah.
I knew who was coming back with that team and the coach that was coming in. I expected them to have a pretty good year. I didn't think they'd roll through the league like they did, but they've got a ton of excellent skill guys. And now they have a system where they're spreading that ball around, and they're tough to defend.
Yeah, they can mix it up. They showed that against Eastmont first half. They're that spread, and then they go to a run game in the second half. And, they've seemed to have adopted that whatever the defense is going to give us, we're going to take.
Yeah, and you can see it from the very first game of the season. It's the same thing. They come out and spread, sometimes no back, and then they'll roll out with that 32 personnel and pound the ball, and then they're out of it, and they've been very consistent in what they've been doing, and it's working.
We record this on Thursday before the game, and this is the weirdest season I can remember, and we were just talking before we started the interview. You're looking around going, okay, who's here? Yeah. And that has been a weekly occurrence for you guys. Yeah,
it has been. I've been coaching here for 26 seasons, and I've never seen anything like it. Every day it's something, every week it's something. This week we had 4 guys out all week that are starters. Last week, 3, 2 the day of the game. The week before it's the same. It's been nonstop trying to get, special teams figured out. On the bus ride last week, it was like, hey, we got 2 guys out there on every special team, and we got to do extra special teams when we get to the stadium. And
it's one thing to maybe go through a week and have some guys that get dinged up and you go, okay, well, all right, you can plan on that. We got 5 days to figure that out. So-and-so might not be able to go. But this is like moments before you're getting on the bus, you're learning of who you got.
Yeah, pretty much. We had a kid sent home today that was here yesterday who'd been out. He's already had COVID, so, but they sent him home because he had a low-grade fever. So, it's just been like that every day. It's something. It's been a head scratcher.
Well, talk about this. Moses Lake and Wenatchee, no matter the sport, it seems that, you roll it out there and there's no love lost between the two schools. I know they got a newer coach, but I'm sure that that's probably continuing, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah. They see us as their rival. Their coaching staff told me that many years ago. Our record versus them is, leans our way very heavily. But they see us as their rival from back in the Bofto days. And I don't think Wenatchee kids really see it that way because we have the Eastmont. But they do. So, and this is a chance for them to be undefeated in the league. So they're gonna be ready to roll.
Well, best of luck tonight. Keep everybody healthy, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, thanks.
You bet. Scott Devereaux joining us here on the pregame show. We're going to talk to one of those guys that have had to be kind of a plug-and-play kind of a guy. Coming up next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
GMC Sierra with hands-free driving offers the most advanced and luxurious pickup in its class. Yeah, it rocks.
Pre-game show continues here before the Wenatchee Panthers take on the Moses Lake Chiefs. Talking with Connor Dooley now, one of the seniors that before the season, did you know what your role was going to be? It seems like it's changing every week, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I expected to play quarterback beginning of the season, and that's what I practiced all summer. But then plans changed after first week, and we started getting in Bishop and Jake Dev a little bit more at quarterback, and so then I was still playing a little bit, but then I was like, you know what? It's my senior season, and I want to play as much as I can. So I told Dev, I was like, hey, can I start playing some receiver or outside linebacker, because we had a need there. So that's how that kind of went.
Well, talk about that before the season. You guys get, you select your captains, and you're selected as a captain. What does that mean to you?
I take a lot of pride in that, and it's just cool to know that, like, these guys, I guess, look up to me and our other 5 guys as leaders on this football team and in the school, and so I appreciate it and try to do the best I can.
Well, it tells me that you also live up to that responsibility by looking and going, okay, where can I help my team? That's huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's the goal, and that's just kind of my mindset on this football team is wherever I can help and wherever I can make plays, that's where I want to be, whether that's quarterback, receiver, or linebacker, holder, anything.
How strange has this season been with the COVID and everything else that's gone on?
Yeah, I've expected it to be normal compared to last year, but I think as we found out, that's not necessarily the case, and we still have some of those same kind of just different things and troubles going on, dealing with all that regulations and social distancing. But we're making the best of it, and it's been a fun season. So. We're playing football, so that's all that matters, really.
Well, and that's interesting, and I love that you bring that up, because a lot of people go, man, they won their first game, they haven't won since. It's not working out the way they wanted to. How could it be fun, possibly?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I've been proud of our guys. Like, we haven't really backed down. We're still giving it our all, and yeah, this season hasn't gone as we expected for sure. But even though the season, we've not put as many W's on the board as we expected. Yeah, we're still having a great time, so I guess that's all that matters.
Well, and I think that probably goes back to the whole COVID thing, where you get a season washed out and you get a few games last spring, but, it still wasn't the same. So I love the fact that you guys appreciate that. When you play against Moses Lake, now Moses Lake sees Wenatchee as a rival. Does Wenatchee see Moses Lake as a rival?
Generally, no. We've always had the upper hand on them in most years, so I don't really think we see them as much of a rival, but this year it could be a little different. It won't be easy, them being Big 9 champs and all, so it'll be a challenge, but we're gonna do our best and hopefully come out on top.
Does that put a little added to it for you guys, saying, hey, okay, these guys are number one, it's a chance for us to hand them their only loss of the season?
We still have confidence in ourselves and in our locker room. We have full faith in each other that we're good enough to beat them and get the job done. But yeah.
What's your future after high school? What do you want to do?
Go off to school. A dream of mine would go into coaching for football in particular. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm looking into it.
We'll see you come back here to Wenatchee, or do you have your eyes set on somewhere else?
I would love to come back to Wenatchee and coach. I think it would be a cool opportunity to coach at the collegiate level and at an assistant role or something, just where I can, maybe intern or something. But I have some connections with some coaches that are friends of ours at Arizona State and stuff, so I'll be talking to them and see what happens, but we'll see.
When you have free time, if you have free time, what do you like to do?
I love to ski in the winter, so I'm excited for that coming up, as well as it's a little weird one, but I have a little rip stick. It's like a skateboard at home, but I just love to rip stick, around our house and wherever. Shoot some hoops too in our basketball hoop.
Okay. All right, that's fair. Thanks for taking the time. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Connor Dooley joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and get you the starting lineups and kickoff here from the Apple Bowl coming up next.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE Channel.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
And welcome back once again here to Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. You see the Chiefs coming out of the locker room. The Panthers are out there warming up right now. We had our senior presentation recognizing the seniors throughout the programs here at Wenatchee High School. There you see Scott Devereaux and Dale Jones, the medical crew, who has done such a great job of taking care of the athletes here at Wenatchee High School for years and years, and we appreciate his efforts. The Moses Lake Chiefs come in tonight. They're ranked 15th in the RPI by the state. Wenatchee way down at number 43. The Chiefs at 6-3 overall, 5-0 in Big Nine play. They are the Big Nine champions. By the way, Eastmont punched its ticket to the postseason last night with a 48-14 win over West Valley on the road. Congratulations to the Wildcats. They came into the weekend ranked 12th on the RPI. We'll see how the final seeding is on Sunday. That's when they will seed the state tournament, as the 16 teams will advance into the state tournament starting next week. Let's take a look at the starting lineups here for tonight's ball game. As we mentioned, Moses Lake with a record of 6-3. Let's take a look at their offense. Their head coach is Brett Jay. He's assisted by, boy, and I need oxygen to get through the whole assistant list here, Jake Berthoff, Brett Moser, Jeff Mullen, H. Stanberry, Nick Sutherland, Caleb Thomas, Andrew Swanson, Todd Lindgren, Kyler Henberg, Greg DeLeon, Dallin McLean, and Hans Work. There you go, the assistants for the Moses Lake Chiefs. Up front, the offensive line, boy, they have been stout so far this season. And we start with a man named Stout on the right side. He's their tackle at 6'1", 265 pounds. He's a junior. That's Camden Scout. Next to him is Ethan Sands, the right guard, a 6 foot, 235-pound senior. The center, Zach Ryer, a 6'2", 225-pound senior. The left guard is David Araza, a 6 foot, 265-pound junior. The left tackle, Austin Kearns, a 6'1", 210-pound senior. The wideouts, and they'll use a ton of them. They'll go 4, maybe 5 wide at time. Hayden Throneberry's a 5'11", 165-pound sophomore. They list him as a wide receiver. Also wide receiver, watch out for this guy, Asher Lindgren, a 6 foot, 175-pound senior. Joel Middleton is another wideout. He's a 5'10", 160-pound sophomore. And Kyson Thomas, a 5'9", 160-pound sophomore. In the backfield, Sergio Guzman will be a busy man, both running the football as well as catching it out of the backfield. The running back for Moses Lake, he's a 5'9", 170-pound senior. And the quarterback is Brock Clark, a 6 foot, 190-pound junior. He's thrown for 1,733 yards and 17 touchdowns this season. He will also carry the football, has 7 touchdowns on the run so far, as Moses Lake averages 361.3 yards per game offensively. Meanwhile, the Wenatchee Panthers will counter with their defensive line tonight, Cam Lloydhammer. Lloydhammer is a 6'4", 225-pound senior. The defensive tackle next to him, Vincent Goforth, a 5'10", 255-pound junior, as the Panthers take the field here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl as they get ready for senior night tonight. And boy, they'd love to knock off the Moses Lake Chiefs. The other defensive tackle, Isaac Davis, a 5'10", 200-pound junior. The defensive end next to him, Rivers Cook, a 6'3", 194-pound junior. The linebackers, Antonio D'Angelo, a 6'2", 220-pound senior. Trey Jagla, a 5'10", 210-pound senior. And Jesus Segovia, 5'11", 205-pound senior. The cornerbacks, Johnny Amezqua, a 5'11", 160-pound senior, and Bo Warren, a 6 foot, 165-pound junior. The strong safety is Alex Brinder, a 5'10", 170-pound sophomore, and the free safety, Charlie Jorgensen, a 6 foot, 170-pound junior. The Wenatchee Panthers are head coached by Scott Devereaux, now in his 18th season as the head man here. He's assisted by Gabriel Collins, Jonathan Godina, Dan Gold, Jed Gossman, Ken Hoyt, Dave Jagla, Mike Marbo, Taylor Mitchell, Mickey White, Anthony Williams, and David Witherington. So there you go, the starters on offense and defense for the Panthers and for the Chiefs. As we get ready for our anthem, we will take a quick break and come back and get you ready for kickoff. It's Moses Lake and Wenatchee one more time around here at the Apple Bowl for the 2021 season. We're back with more right after this.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work. You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
And back we are here at the Apple Bowl getting ready for this kickoff between the Wenatchee Panthers and the Moses Lake Chiefs. Eric Granstrom along with Paul Collard here on the NCWLIFE Channel as the captains will head out towards the center of our field here along with our referee tonight, Chris Wiltz, who's on loan from the Tri-Cities Association to be our white hat here this evening. The captains for the Panthers include Silas St. John. Good to see him back in uniform tonight. Trey Jagla is out there along with Connor Dooley, whom you met in our pregame show here on the NCWLIFE Channel, along with Camden Lloydhammer. Those are the captains for Wenatchee. Let's go down and listen in to our coin toss by our referee.
Players and all the talking and stuff like that, okay? So, Mr. Wiltz, I'll be the referee for tonight's game. Behind the defense, Mr. Arbaka will be the umpire. Wenatchee on your side with Mrs. Brown, okay? We'll just like on your side, Mrs. Peterson, and the back judge, we're Mr. Creed. You'll be the one keeping the clock so the quarterback knows to hold his hand. Sportsmanship is key, so you want to do that. We're going to have some fun. All right, so 22, you are the visitors, so you'll call the toss. I've got this coin with tails is the guns. The eagle is heads. That is heads. That is tails. So you're going to call heads or tails loud enough for all of us to hear it. I'll flip it, I'll catch it. If I drop it, I'll do it again. I will turn it over once I catch it. Your call is? Tails. And it is heads, so you've won the toss. You'd like to receive? Okay. Which way would you like to kick the ball? You want to kick this side?
So it looks like Wenatchee won the toss and has elected to receive. Normally you see teams these days that'll defer to the second half, but Wenatchee wants the football, so they will get it first on offense. Again, Chris Wiltz, our referee for tonight's ball game from the Tri-Cities Association. He's out there along with Victor Abarca, the umpire. The head linesman is Tiana Peterson. The line judge is Nathan Hahn, and the back judge is Allen Creek. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Let's take a look at the lineup here for the Panthers up front offensively. Jackson Vio is a right tackle. Jesus Segovia, the right guard. Trey Jangla, the center. Vincent Goforth, the left guard. Kobe Hill on the left side at tackle. The wideouts, Caden Zimmerman and Johnny Amezquah. They'll be joined by Connor Dooley out there. In the backfield, Isaac Davis and Cam Lloydhammer, the running backs, along with Jake Devereaux. The 5'9", 165-pound sophomore quarterback will get the start here for the Panthers. Meanwhile, back to return this kickoff, Johnny Amezquah is back standing at his own 7-yard line. He's back there along for Wenatchee with Bo Warren. Meanwhile, the kicker for the Moses Lake Chiefs is Iden Bone. He's number 4. He'll tee it up at the 40-yard line. Well, Paul, I'll tell you what, 46 degrees. We had a beautiful afternoon here in the Wenatchee Valley. I'd rather be no place than right here for Friday night football.
Best place to be, Eric, is at a football game on a Friday night. All that enthusiasm from the kids, senior night, man, what a way to spend a Friday night. Glad to be here.
Iden Bone has it teed up at the 40 as they'll kick it from left to right on our TV dial, as we'll have to remind ourselves where we're sitting. Paul and I, we're across the stadium from all the television cameras. Meanwhile, Bone with the kickoff will come down at about the 6-yard line on the return is Bo Warren. He'll come right with it to the 15, 20. He's got a gap to the 25, 30. Up the near side or far sideline he goes. He's going to be dumped out of bounds at about the 50-yard line. What a return for Bo Warren, and a great way for Wenatchee to start this football game.
Some great blocks along the way, too, to spring him open.
So the Panther first possession of the ball game will be chalked right at the 50-yard line. Let's take a look at the defense here for Moses Lake up front. It's Zach Ryer, Camden Stout, Tel Rathbun, and Jacob Good. The linebackers, Jackson Purcell, Jordan Nelson, Marcus Duvall. The quarterbacks, Kyson Thomas and Seth Olson. On a first down and 10, offset formation here for Wenatchee with Devereaux in the backfield. He'll turn, hand it off to Lloydhammer's got a gap across midfield into Moses Lake territory, and finally going to be ridden down inside the 35 down to about the 32-yard line. What a gain on the first play of the game for Wenatchee, and Lloydhammer takes it for 17. Wenatchee will go with a hurry-up offense as they'll put the ball at the 33-yard line after the 17-yard gain for Lloydhammer on the first carry of the contest. They'll turn, hand it off to him again, going left side. Nothing happening this time around as he gets it back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. A big tackle up front here for the Chiefs. You saw him out there as one of the captains, Saul Villa, 6'1", 290 pounds. He gets a hold of you, you're not going anywhere. It'll be second down from the 43, ball left hash mark here for the Panthers. Devereaux claps his hands, and then looks over to the sideline to see what the coaching staff says on a 3-man defensive front with 2 linebackers back, and now we got movement up front, and the flag, our first of the ball game, is going to come against Wenatchee. Got a good crowd on hand below us here. The student section being very vocal to start this contest. Procedure call against the offense, so they'll mark it back 5 yards, and Wenatchee will have second down and 15 after the penalty. Put the ball at the 38-yard line after the penalty. So let's see if Jake Devereaux decides to go to the air for the first time here tonight. He's about 50% on the season in throwing the football for Wenatchee. 24 of 54 for 43 yards, 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Back to pass, looks right, throws right. The ball is too high for his intended receiver out the flat, Johnny Amezquah, and that'll bring up third down. Tough, Paul. You get a great first play of the series. Yeah. First play of the series, and you get a great run and then kind of march backward, kind of shoot yourself in the foot there.
Yep, those 5-yard penalties just hurt you big time, and a little overthrown pass, and here we go.
Third down and 15 for the Panthers here. Moses Lake was showing a blitz. Here they come, and the toss over the middle is to Amezquah, but he can't catch it, and the incomplete pass will stop the clock, and looks like a punting situation for the Panthers with 10:26 to go here in the first quarter. Punter is Juan Rios for Wenatchee. He'll stand at about midfield where the Panthers started this drive. They get one big play, but that's it. Meanwhile, it will be Kyson Thomas back to return the punt. He is dangerous. Good pass from center, left foot into it, high end over end punt, and letting it bounce. It'll take a Wenatchee bounce, and then Thomas going to return it dangerously with men all around him and get it across the 10 out to about the 14-yard line. And so that's where Moses Lake will start their first possession of the ball game. A high punt, didn't go very far, just 28 yards through the air. And Chiefs will get the football with 10:15 to go here in the first quarter of play. Scoreless so far in Wenatchee. They'll have it at their own 14-yard line. So here is Brock Clark. Quarterback sends a man in motion. That's Guzman. They'll turn and hand it to him up the middle, and nothing happening at all as Wenatchee's right there to sniff that one out. Up front defensively for the Panthers that time. Colby Hill with the tackle and a loss of a yard on the play. So Sergio Guzman, the running back there, with the handoff and a loss of 1. Well, first play on offense was good for the Panthers. First play on defense, a good one as well. Clark sends Guzman in motion back towards him, and they'll fake the handoff to him, throw left, the ball caught out there across the 20, and going to be close to a first down. The reception by Asher Lindgren, one of the leading receivers for Moses Lake on this spectacular season for the Chiefs. And it will be a first down out to the 24-yard line. So a gain of 11 yards. The first pass play of the game for Brock Clark, who came in with 1,733 yards passing, 17 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And they love to sling it around the yard. We've got an official timeout here as they want to talk about it. Got a sideline warning on Wenatchee. How long have they really been focusing in on that as a emphasis point?
The last probably at least 5 years they've been doing that, just for for injury, for safety of the officials, for keep the players off in that 2-yard belt off. So it's a good rule, good thing to do, and the first one doesn't cost you anything.
First down and 10 from the 24. Moses Lake back to pass. Clark throws out in the flat. The ball caught out there. Good blocking up front across the 30. Out near another first down. Emezqua on the tackle. This time the reception by Hayden Throneberry, number 13 for Moses Lake. And let's see where they give him. Got to be about a yard shy of the first down, so a gain of 9 yards on that pass play. So just a little easy pitch and catch so far for Brock Clark, who's had plenty of options out there offensively for the Chiefs. He's got 3 receivers left. He'll bring one Guzman back towards the line of scrimmage. They'll turn, hand it to him up the middle. He's got a gap, and then that quickly closes, but not before he gets a first down across the 40 out to the 41-yard line. Gain of 8 yards on that run by Guzman out to the 41. And now we've got, we've got one of the players for Moses Lake, a right tackle, goes down on a play. Austin Kearns evidently shaken up after the play was over. Or at some point during the play, he just crumpled down on the ground. So he'll be replaced in the lineup here as Will Hayes will come in for him. So we'll keep an eye on Kearns. And Paul, you talked about that. Team going to state, what you want to do is stay healthy here.
Definitely. Keep them healthy for next week.
First down and 10 at the 41 after they replace the lineman up front. Let's see if the Panthers can take advantage of a new guy out there. They'll fake the handoff, and Clark wants to run. He'll get it across the line of scrimmage and up the sideline in front of the Moses Lake bench. They'll get about, we'll see where they put him out at the 48-yard line. So a gain of 7 yards on that scamper by Brock Clark, who, by the way, came in with 151 yards rushing on the season and 7 touchdowns on the ground. Put him out at the 48-yard line, so the clock stops with 8:14 to go here in the first quarter of play. Clark in the shotgun. Sent 2-man in motion, should have a flag down. We do. Guzman gets the handoff, and he'll be spilled down on a beautiful play on the far side over there by Michael McPherson. But this should be the first flag and penalty marched off against Moses Lake.
Those are the basic penalties, Eric. The referees need to get those 2 men in motion at the snap. Those pre-snap penalties must be called.
Had flags rain in from both sides of the field, so good eye by both the head linesman and the line judge here tonight. And again, it bears mentioning that Paul and I, way more Paul than myself, former football officials for the high school level, so imagine quite a bit of our conversation tonight will be about officiating. But, you know, throughout this season, in all the games we've broadcast, I can tell you that the officials have really done a really good job from the Chelan County Association and even visiting associations. Trips to the left here for Brody Clark on this second down now and long after the penalty. You throw out the flat, the ball caught out here by Middleton. Joel gets away from one man up the Wenatchee sideline. He'll get a first down into Wenatchee territory. Let's see where they put him out of bounds. The official will mark him at he put his beanbag down at the 43-yard line.
It's like a gain of 14, Eric.
So Moses Lake with their first penetration into Wenatchee territory. You know, this series between these two teams have been around a long time. This is the 70th time the Moses Lake Chiefs and Wenatchee Panthers have met on the football field, and mostly dominated by Wenatchee over the years. Turn, handoff on a little jet sweep here, and turning it upfield. Nice run for Moses Lake this time by Kyson Thomas. He's wearing 18 tonight. I told you he'll be a couple of different numbers throughout the season. He does have 18 on this evening, at least for now anyway. The gain is, they're going to say 10 yards and a first down to the 33-yard line. So Moses Lake likes to find their talented guys and use them however they can. Kyson Thomas is a slot man to the left. Guzman goes out of the backfield in motion. Clark looking downfield, throwing down towards the end zone. The receiver pushes off from behind. I didn't see a flag come down. It's incomplete in the end zone as it was intended for Joe Middleton. Good coverage downfield for Wenatchee by Alex Brender. And there was definitely a little push off before the ball got there, but falls incomplete. It'll be second down. And that's something to mention about officiating football is you can't get them all.
Nope, can't get them all.
You'd love to, but, and I said years ago that I think it would be sometimes easier to have an official in the stands with a flag and a cannon to see everything. Throw out the flat to Guzman. He's got the ball across the 30 and spilled down to the 25 by Silas St. John. Back in uniform tonight for the Panthers. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 1, we'll say, as they'll put him out of bounds at the 24. Gain of 9 on that play to Guzman. Guzman, by the way, 821 yards rushing, 264 yards receiving coming into the game here tonight. 3rd down is short for Moses Lake. Scoreless game so far. And Wenatchee back to pass. Throw out the flat, the ball caught, and a first down inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. It's caught over there by Throneberry. And again, just an easy little pitch and catch for Brock Clark to his receiver, who just settles in the defense and finds a gap in that zone down there. And a gain of 6 yards on that pass play as the drive continues here for Moses Lake. Guzman is about a step and a half away from Clark here on a 1st down and 10 at the 18. Turn, handoff, Guzman, big hole up the middle to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone, not even touched. Touchdown run from 18 yards out, and Moses Lake strikes first. They lead at 6-0. .6:33 left in this first quarter as Moses Lake strikes first on the 18-yard touchdown run by Sergio Guzman. That is his 9th touchdown rushing of the season. Iden Bone will try to tack on the extra point out of the hold of Jackson Purcell. Zach Ryer is the long snapper here for the Chiefs. Snap is good. Spot is down. The kick away, and it is good. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. You're watching Big 9 football here on the NCWLIFE Channel with 6:33 to go in the first quarter. Moses Lake 7, Wenatchee nothing. We'll be right back.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Well, the drive for Moses Lake on their first possession of the ball game is a good one. Goes 10 plays, 86 yards, 3 minutes, 21 seconds off the clock. Guzman with an 18-yard touchdown run as they mixed the run and pass in that drive. And Moses Lake with 6:33 to go here in the first quarter leads Wenatchee by a score of 7-0. Appreciate you being with us here tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel. Our final football broadcast of the season tonight here in the Apple Bowl. Bone with the ensuing kickoff. It's a squirrel. Look out. It went off of a man, and good job getting back to it by Aiden Babst. So from Bone to Babst, and he covers it, and Wenatchee will have great field position for their second possession of the ball game at midfield.
Accidental onside kick. Kicked it nice and hard, hit the lineman, and picked it up, and Wenatchee has the ball.
I like to call those happy accidents. Moses Lake nearly came up with a football, but a good job by Babs to cover it. So Panthers with the football on a 1st down and 10 from midfield. Devereaux, turn, handoff, Lloydhammer, and Camden looked like he had a big hole there. He got maybe 2 yards is all. Good job defensively up front by Camden Stout, the 6'1", 265-pound junior, came up with a stop. Gain of 2 for Lloydhammer. 2nd down as they sneak into Moses Lake territory. Our broadcast tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Jake Devereaux, coach's son out there, slaps his hands, and now we'll look over to the sideline to see what the coaches want to do based on the defense that is provided. Moses Lake kind of overloading the left side of the defensive line here. They're going to turn and run it to the right on a handoff to Lloydhammer. He skips away from one man and will get a 1st down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Good run by Camden Lloydhammer around the right side. Tackle made by Jordan Nelson for the Chiefs, but not before Lloydhammer gets it to the 39 and a 1st down. Gain of 9 yards on that running play for Lloydhammer. Amezqua will split out wide to the left along with Connor Dooley here on 1st down for the Panthers. Jake Devereaux has yet to complete a pass. We talked about that before the game started. Best offense, or best defense, if you will, against the Moses Lake offense is to keep them off the field. And Devereaux looked like he wanted to hand it off to Lloydhammer, but he's going to be tackled for a loss on the play. Now the coaches on the sideline for Wenatchee were asking for a face mask at the end of the play, but no flag comes out. Instead, it'll be a loss all the way back to the 46-yard line, loss of 7 yards. Now Lloydhammer typically has been a tight end, definitely a defensive end for the Panthers this season. They moved him to fullback, or moved him to running back when they lost everybody else due to injuries and COVID and everything else. And sometimes you'll get that miscommunication back there where Lloydhammer looked like Devereaux wanted to give him the ball and Lloydhammer left without it. So 2nd down, 16 here for the Panthers. Back to pass goes Devereaux. Look out, he's got pressure. Gets away from one man. Won't get away from the second, however, as he'll be sacked on the Wenatchee side of the midfield stripe. Getting the sack was Tel Rathbun. Loss of 4 yards on the sack, the first of the night for Moses Lake's defense. Rathbun, by the way, that gives him 5.5 sacks on the season to lead the Chiefs. 3rd and forever here for Wenatchee. What is that, 21 yards?
23
yards on the board. Glad we have a mathematician somewhere in the house. Devereaux back to pass, rolling to his left. Right-handed quarterback will square up and throw. This is going to be caught by Amezcua. He's got the first down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Boy, you get a right-handed quarterback rolling to his left. That's an awkward pass across his body, but Devereaux able to get good zip on that ball and get it all the way. In fact, they're going to put him down at the 22-yard line. How about that? 29 yards on the pass play. Devereaux quickly back to the line of scrimmage here on a 1st down and 10. Trailing at 7-0, winding down here in the first quarter. We're going to get a flag that's going to come in, and they're going to call illegal motion against the offense. I always wondered about that, where they clap the hands and then everybody moves at the same time. And you see the defenses jump at times when that happens.
It can be a close call.
Well, and sometimes, as you know, Paul, you have your pregame meeting with the coaches, and sometimes the coach will tell you, hey, can you watch them on this? And sometimes it'll pay off because that'll stick in the back of an official's mind. Panthers say Devereaux does clap his hands again. Everybody relaxes. Now they got to get set for a second. He'll snap the ball, hand it off to Lloydhammer, and trying to get to the corner. And he will, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone. Camden Lloydhammer pats the rock for the touchdown from 27 yards out. Beautiful run around the right side. I didn't know if Camden was going to get to the corner or not. He does, and then he just beats a couple of men up the sideline and gets it into the end zone.
Great run. Good blocks to spring him open, too.
Yeah, you got to get that seal on the side. Panthers are late getting a body out here. They finally get a man out. And they will try to tack on the extra point here, as they now trail at 7-6. A bad snap. Dooley's just going to chuck it up into the end zone, and that's going to be out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. So the extra point botched here for Wenatchee. So they will still be on the short side of the scoreboard here with 4:13 to go in the first quarter. It's 7-6, Moses Lake by 1. We're back after this 30-second timeout on the NCWLIFE Channel.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35-plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Well, the drive for Wenatchee goes 7 plays, 54 yards. It started at midfield, but they lost on a sack, and so it ends up going 54 yards total. The 27-yard touchdown run by Camden Lloydhammer, a bad snap on the PAT, so it is no good. 7-6 the score with 4:13 to go here in the first quarter of play. Kickoff here for Wenatchee will be by Alex Sanchez, the 6-foot, 165-pound junior, as it teed up at the 40-yard line. And he will put the right foot into it. It is a short end over end. It's going to hit at the turf at the 36, and then the return man was actually going the wrong way for a moment. He actually loses some yards, and he'll end up giving up 1 yard on his return. That return, by the way, by Seth Olson. So Moses Lake will have its second possession of the football game at their own 35-yard line. So Wenatchee's 2 possessions have started at midfield. Moses Lake started at their own 14, and this time at their own 35. First down and 10, ball right hash mark. For Brock Clark, the 6-foot, 190-pound junior, in the shotgun. Gets a snap, turn, handoff. It's Guzman again. Picks his way past one man, gets it across the 40, out to about the 42-yard line before he's finally spilled down by Wenatchee's Jesus Segovia on the tackle. Pretty decent gain on first down there for the Chiefs. It'll bring up second down, about 3 yards to go after a 7-yard gain to the 42. Well, what crowd we have below is trying to make some noise here for the Wenatchee defense. Throneberry split out wide to the right to the far side of the field here, and back throwing left is the quarterback. It's caught across the 45-50, and into Wenatchee territory is Kyson Thomas on the reception, and they'll put him at the 47 of Wenatchee. So 11 yards on that pass play, as Moses Lake doing a good job of mixing the run and pass here in this first quarter, as the quarter winds down with 3:27. Clock stops on the play out of bounds here for the Chiefs. Guzman having a word here with his quarterback, Brock Clark. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Clark back, throws down over the middle. The ball is underthrown the intended receiver, Joel Middleton, so it's incomplete, brings up second down and 10. And that was just just a bad throw. That's all there was to it. There was nobody in his face and nobody around the receiver. Good crossing pattern. Good idea on the post route here for Moses Lake, but just couldn't connect with Middleton. By the way, I talked to the head coach for Moses Lake before the ball game, Brett Jay. It's his first year at Moses Lake, first full year at Moses Lake. And I asked him, I said, well, you know, you've qualified for the state tournament. 4 receivers right here on second down and 10 for Brock Clark. He'll turn, throw it out the flat to Guzman, and blockers are there, but a good job by Amezquah to sniff it out, got past his blocker, and just keeps it to a 5-yard gain. That'll bring up third down. But I asked him, I said, so, you know, you've qualified for the tournament. Are you going to worry about this game so much, or are you going to try to protect your guys and rest people? And he looked at me with a laser focus and says, oh, no, we're playing this game like it was any game. And that was pretty much it. Third down and 5 coming up for the Chiefs. Ball right hash mark from the 42 of Wenatchee. Wenatchee cheating up. Looks like they want to come. It's a draw play up the middle, and Wenatchee sniffs it out beautifully. Good job by the Panthers. Silas St. John is there. Also got some help on the tackle up front by Jesus Segovia. No gain on the play, brings up fourth down. Actually a loss of a yard back to the 43 on the handoff to Segovia, or excuse me, to Guzman. Guzman will line up to the left of Clark here. And first, we're going to get a timeout taken by Scott Devereaux. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. It's 2:13 left here in the first. 7-6 our score. Chiefs by 1. We're back after this.
Let's face it, selling your good used vehicle can be a hassle, if nothing else. Consign your vehicle here at Global Elite Motors. When you do, you'll get the best possible price because of our proprietary selling system. We offer the ability to finance, add warranties, take trade-ins, and much, much more. Each consignment vehicle we represent is thoroughly inspected and marketed to attract qualified buyers. Let us help sell your quality vehicle. Buying a vehicle? Consigning a vehicle? Stop by Global Elite Motors on Wenatchee Avenue at Global Car Care.
So 4th down and 6 coming up for the Chiefs after their timeout taken by Wenatchee. Coach Scott Devereaux wanted to make sure he had the right personnel out there for covering this 4th down play. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Charter College. They work to get you to work. Find out about how to enroll today at chartercollege.edu. Well, Paul, they've had some pretty good success through the air. I assume they'll probably toss it up here on 4th down and 6.
That's just what I was thinking too. Are we going to run it? We're going to pass, but I think pass would be a real good option.
Panthers only have 2 down linemen on the defensive front here, and they'll shift them from right to left on a 4th down. Guzman goes in motion. He'll look that way, throw that way, and he's wide open, but I don't think he was able to get the first down, however. It'll all depend on the spot. Oh my, that's going to be close. I think the officials,
like a first down.
Yeah, they're going to say a first down. How about that? Wow, needed 6 yards and got exactly 6 yards on the play. 37-yard line is where the ball will rest here on 1st down and 10. Well, they had two receivers over there. They flushed everybody out on go patterns, and then Guzman came out of the backfield. Easy play for them to pick up the yardage. Now being flushed is the quarterback Clark. He'll run over towards the Moses Lake sideline and then get belted out of bounds over there. As Lloyd Amber was giving chase, I think it was a Mezquad, popped him out of bounds. Actually, no, sorry, the tackle over there by Michael McPherson. He's made a couple of good hits so far. Good gain, though, on first down. Give him 5 yards to the 32-yard line. Chiefs scored on their first possession of the game on a 10-play, 86-yard drive. This is the 8th play coming up on this drive. 2nd down and 5. Trips to the far side left here. Man in motion is Lindgren. Clark back looking Lindgren's way and got pressure, got hit, and I was waiting for a flag maybe after the fact. No flag down. Meanwhile, the ball caught here on the far side of the field by Throneberry, and he's got a first down and more all the way down to the 15-yard line. Gain of 17 yards on the pass play to Throneberry, as Brock Clark did a good job just staying in the pocket there and then throwing that football. And then he got belted by 2 Panthers. It was a little late after he got rid of the football. I thought maybe there was going to be a flag rained down after that play, but no, it doesn't happen. 4 receivers will split to the Moses Lake side of the field, the wide side here. On a first down and 10 from the Panther 15-yard line. Motion man is Guzman. And he will fake the handoff to him, throw over the flat. The ball is incomplete, intended for Lindgren, and I think Lindgren heard footsteps as Silas St. John was coming in with heavy feet. Bo Warren also there on the coverage. Paul, that's one that I don't care who you are. You make it a little nervous to try to catch that.
Definitely. You see that different colored jersey coming towards you when you make that cut, and you all cheat a little bit looking.
If I'm a defender back there, I'm screaming at him as well as I come flying in there. So here we go, 2nd down and 10 from the 15. Turn handoff Guzman inside, and he is stacked up just past the line of scrimmage. Panthers do a good job of that left defensive front here. Again, Segovia for Wenatchee. He's been a busy guy here tonight. And they'll give him a gain of a yard to the 14. That'll bring up 3rd down. I'll tell you, Paul, you know, Wenatchee's done well here so far in this game. Under a minute to go.
Yep, their defense looks good tonight. They're active. They're moving their feet. They're keeping the Moses Lake players in front of them and just doing a great job.
5 receivers set on a 3rd down and 9 from the 14. As the clock winds down here comes the pressure, and Clark is going to be caught. He's going to be dropped for a sack on the play back outside the 15. Wenatchee came calling, and Segovia there for the Panthers, as well as Colby Hill. Boy, they just came flying in. I think Moses Lake was trying to set up maybe a screen pass over the middle, but Wenatchee just didn't give him a chance.
And probably won't get in their playoff, down to 12 seconds.
Ball is outside the 15. They'll put it at the 17. So first sack of the night for the Panthers, a loss of 3 yards on that play. And that will be the end of our first quarter of play, and an entertaining one so far here at the Apple Bowl tonight, as Moses Lake leads Wenatchee 7-6. We'll come back with second quarter action after the 60-second timeout. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Well, big fourth down coming up, and Moses Lake is going to choose to kick it here. Ivan Bone will come on and attempt where he's got the place down. It'll be from the 24, so a 34-yard field goal. Angle is right to left. Not much wind here tonight. In fact, a very calm night at the Apple Bowl. Officials making sure that everybody is in the proper place for this field goal attempt. Purcell will have the hold. It's all about the snap, really. Snap is back, spot is down, the kick away. It is long enough, but it's going to hook to the left and be no good. So the Panthers hold defensively, and that big sack really counts a lot here in this particular possession, as Wenatchee will get the football back at their own 20-yard line. First down and 10. As we are now in the second quarter of play, just into it. That was our first play of the second quarter. Wenatchee's third possession of the game. As Jake Devereaux set the offense. Had some success on the ground that last possession. Let's see what they do here. Lloydhammer is lined up in the backfield with Devereaux. A step to his left and back just a tad. And they will hand it to Camden, who will get away from one man and then take about 9 other guys to bring him down, as he'll take it all the way out to the 28-yard line. Gain of 8 yards on first down.
Running with purpose tonight. He wanted that, go for that first down, and he came 2 yards short.
We saw that earlier this season when he ran for over 100 yards in a loss here at home, but my goodness, he put in a night both offensively and defensively. We've talked to him afterwards and said, "You going to take an ice bath?" He says, "Yeah, for about an hour." Jake Devereaux, lots of options here on a second down and short. Call it 2 yards to go. He's got 2 receivers left. He's going to turn, hand it, look out, and I don't think Moses Lake's going to cover the fumble. Camden Lloydhammer never knew that the ball was coming to him. He never had it at all, even though it was placed right in his breadbasket. So the fumble will go to Lloydhammer. But again, I think Devereaux handed that ball to him, and he didn't even know it was coming to him. So unfortunate after the stop on defense by Wenatchee. Panthers give the ball away, as Moses Lake will have it at the Wenatchee 22-yard line with 11:08 to go here in the first half. Motion man is Guzman. They're going to throw it out in the flat to him. It's thrown low, and got to watch to see if that's a lateral or not. The officials right on it right away say no, that was incomplete. It'll bring up second down and 10. Chiefs looking at a second down and 10. Moses Lake's only had one game where they ran away and hid. Well, maybe a couple of games where they ran away and hid. Last week, it was a close fact. They were down by 3 at halftime to West Valley. They came up with a big second half, winning that one 56-17. Straight keeper up the middle by Clark, and he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. Touchdown. How about that? From 22 yards out, straight sneak up the middle out of the shotgun by Brock Clark, and he will score his 8th touchdown on the ground this season.
A big wide open hole by the big lineman up front to make that happen.
Yeah, great blocking by the offensive line for the Chiefs here on that particular play, and a well-called play, and we've seen that on all season long from Coach Brett Jay. So out of the hole to Purcell, Iden Bone with the extra point. It's on the way, and it is good. We'll take a 30-second break and come back as we are into the second quarter, and Moses Lake now on top, 14-6. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Well, after the fumble recovery, Moses Lake just takes 2 plays to go 22 yards, 9 seconds off the clock. The 22-yard touchdown run by Brock Clark, the extra point, makes it a 14-6 ball game with 10:59 to go here in the first half of play. Wenatchee looking to get the ball back and will take care of the rock a little bit better this time around. Iden Bone has the ball teed up at the 40. He'll approach. A high but short kick will come down to an up man at the 35. That's Rivers Cook. And he'll be tackled quickly. Wenatchee will have the first down at their own 35-yard line. With 10:56 to go here in the half. First turnover of the ball game was by the Panthers. Playing against a good team like this, you can nary afford any type of gaffe like that. And so now they'll make sure that handoffs are a little cleaner as we go. So first down from the 35, ball left hash mark. Lloyd Hammer is alongside Devereaux. They will hand it to him. He has it for sure this time, and he will get around the corner and get decent yardage on first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line before he's finally spilled down by Jackson Purcell. Gain of 6 yards by Camden Lloydhammer.
Great run and nice cut for those last couple of yards.
Yeah, we've seen that with Lloydhammer when he runs the football. When he puts a foot down and decides where he's going to go, usually good things happen. Second down and 4 here from the right hash mark this time. As 2 receivers are wide to the left, Dooley and Amezquah. See if Devereaux tries to get Amezquah involved a little bit more in the offensive front. No, they're going to hand it off to Lloydhammer again, and he is caught at the line of scrimmage. Got away from a man and just continues to pump his legs. We got a flag down late. Maybe a penalty going to come on the tackle here as he's all the way out to midfield, but let's check the flag before we say, yeah, that's a first down. Flag came in from the back judge, Alan Creek, who that usually is maybe a face mask or a helmet-to-helmet, something along those lines. Our referee says personal foul, hit to the head. That's exactly it. So give him the gain of 9 yards and the first down, plus the penalty on top of it. That'll be the second penalty for 20 yards against Moses Lake here tonight. That's huge for Wenatchee, as that'll take it all the way to the 35-yard line. And that's another point of emphasis over the last several years, is to try to keep the head out of tackling. Well, they'll put the ball all the way to the 33. So maybe I thought the spot was at the 50.
That was just over the 50.
Okay.
Yeah, the math works out okay, I believe. There is one math major in the booth up here, Eric.
So they'll put it at the 33, first down for Wenatchee from there. Panthers trying to answer a Moses Lake touchdown. Devereaux wants to keep it, but he is slung down in the backfield. Zach Ryer is there for Moses Lake. He got some help on the tackle up front by Jordan Nelson. Nothing going. They lose 2 yards on the play. Caden Zimmerman in the lineup here for Wenatchee. Splits out wide to the far side of the field, or to the wide side of the field, I should say. Back to pass. Devereaux looking his way, throwing his way. The ball caught out there by Zimmerman. Spun down at around the line to gain. Should be a first down for Wenatchee to the 23-yard line. Gain of 12 yards when they needed 12 for a first down. Good little pitch and catch there for Devereaux, is that his first pass completion of the game? Or second? Second, okay. 1st and 10 here for the Panthers. From the 23 of Moses Lake. Jake Devereaux looking over to the sideline to get some help here. High snap, handoff to Lloydhammer, and Lloydhammer's got trouble in the backfield, and he's not going to get away from this as one man got there first, and then the rest of the Chiefs converged. First man there was Zach Ryer. See where they give him forward momentum to the 31, so a loss of
8, it looks
8 yards on the play. Ouch, that hurts. So Wenatchee's had a few problems with that here tonight, whether it be penalty or sacks. They get positive and then start chasing the chains a little bit. Lloydhammer lined up to the right of Devereaux here on a 2nd down and long. Jake looks over to the sideline for the Wenatchee coaching staff to help him out here. There's a Mezqua and Dulio over to that side of the field as well. See if the Panthers go to the air. Snap is back, and Devereaux wants to keep it, and maybe he should have just chucked it because he's going to be taken down for another loss, and he is spilled awkwardly on that knee. He gets up a little gimpy. They'll put him down at the 37-yard line, so another big loss of 6 yards on the play. And that was a running play all the way. Devereaux just took it and started running left and was hoping for a gap over there, but Moses Lake says, nope, not going to happen. As Saul Villa, big senior on that side, that led the charge for the Chiefs. Also got some help from Ashton Fisk over there. 3rd and 26 for the Panthers. Devereaux back to pass, looks over the middle, throws, and this ball is going to be incomplete. The Mezqua was there. Pretty good coverage downfield by Kyson Thomas. Incomplete on the pass, brings up 4th down.
4th down, 24 yards to go, Panthers.
Well, let's see who they have out there to try to... Well, we're going to punt the ball away, says Coach Devereaux, because Juan Rios is out there standing at his own 50 or right at the 50-yard line. Kyson Thomas back to try to return this punt, standing at his own 5. Wenatchee was short a man, so they finally get Antonio D'Angelo out there late. Snap is back on the punt. Punt away, a high spiraling kick, and Thomas will take it at the 13 to the 15, 20, 25, and then out to the 26 before Rivers Cook will tackle him down there. So a pretty decent return on the punt. The punt was 27 yards. Second punt of the night for the Panthers. And Moses Lake will have it from their own 27-yard line. 1st down and 10 as we have 7:11 to go here in this first half of play. Moses Lake on top by a score of 14-6. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station, along with Paul Collard. I'm Eric Granstrom on the call here tonight from Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Asher Lindgren is one of 3 receivers to the right. And we're going to get a flag down. We had some movement up front. I saw the defense kind of flinch. I wonder if they were brought off by the offense. Our referee, Chris Wiltz, says it was on the offense. So 3rd penalty of the game unofficially here against Moses Lake, and that's 25 yards in penalties against the Chiefs. So not a crisp night tonight. Our broadcast brought to you by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service, installation, and repair since 1982. Serving residential and commercial, they specialize in indoor air quality. 1st and 15 for the Chiefs. Brock Clark, the quarterback, has them all set up. Wenatchee jumping around defensively. Clark wants a throw left. Up the sideline he goes, and it's incomplete. The official, oh my goodness, I think the wide receiver talked the official into grabbing for the flag. Joel Middleton was complaining that a Mezqua had interfered with him up that sideline, and the flag came late. Yeah, they are going to say pass interference against the defense. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. And that should be good enough for a first down because it's 1st and 15. Paul, with the postseason upon us, one thing that folks probably don't realize is that officials here locally and around the state are basically judged throughout the season, and then they are assigned, if they did well, to postseason assignments, right?
Yep, we have what's called the RTO that goes around the state. There's 12 of us that watch game film, watch individual games, and rank the officials.
Handoff inside. Guzman is going to be tackled down after a short gain on the play over the left side. Up there first defensively for Wenatchee. Vincent Goforth doing a nice job after a gain of about 3 yards out to the 40-yard line. My last game officiating happened to be a quarterfinal game in Moses Lake, and blew my calf in that game, and that was it. There was no more. Boy, they've been working hard on me to come back, though.
The booth is a much safer place.
It is. They said, hey, you're an umpire. You don't have to move all that much. Second down coming up for the Chiefs. Lots of time forever for Clark. He is throwing over the middle of the ball, caught by Guzman. Got away from one man and then finally tackled down out near the line to gain. He's going to have enough for the first down out to the 48-yard line. Shaken up a little bit on the play after the tackle was Charlie Jorgensen for Wenatchee. And a first down on the little pass play. And boy, that quarterback had forever to look downfield and throw the football.
Yes, he did.
Gain of 8 yards on the pass play for
11.
Yes, reception by Guzman. First down from the Moses Lake 48. Clock winding down here with 5:55 to go in this first half of play. Chiefs on top 14-6. Guzman in motion. He looks left, then throws down right, going for it all, and the ball is caught at the 20, but we got a flag down, and I think this is going to be a push-off on the offense this time around. The ball caught downfield by Throneberry. It would be a huge reception, but first, no. Offensive pass interference, and that's a good call by the official.
Very good call.
We've had a couple of push-offs on the offensive players for Moses Lake here tonight. First time they've been caught with that. That'll be the fourth penalty unofficially here, and now 40 yards in penalties for Moses Lake on the night after they marked that one back. So pass interference on the offense will take it all the way back to the Moses Lake 33-yard line. So 1st and 25 now for the Chiefs. Moses Lake's been moving the ball pretty well here so far in this game with a couple of touchdowns on the night. Now we're going to get a timeout called by the officials again. The coaching staff for Moses Lake is asking for something on the sidelines over there. Again, our play clock here at the stadium doesn't work, so they're keeping that on the field by the back judge. They'll restart the game clock here with 3 receivers to the wide side of the field for Brock Clark on a 1st and 25. Back to pass, throws left, the ball behind the intended receiver, incomplete. Looking for Lindgren, and boy, there's a lot of smoke on that football, just threw it behind him. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their #1 priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pick up and drop off available too. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. Second down that is, ball right hash mark. As Brock Clark looks at a 3-man defensive front. Looks left, throws left. The ball is low and dropped out there by his intended receiver, Maddox Gwynn, who sees sparing time as a backup running back. Try to get him out in the flat there, but pass is incomplete, brings up 3rd down. Well, Wenatchee can hold here. They still got a couple of timeouts and 5 minutes left on the clock. Panthers have a chance to maybe get some more points here before. Here alongside Brock Clark. He'll switch sides from right to left and then back from left to right for Clark. Wenatchee a three-man defensive front. Turn, throw over to the left. Throneberry on the reception, looking for a block. Got it to the 35, to the 40. Up the far sideline he goes and finally spilled out of bounds. No flag down. Amezquah was screaming that he was held on the play, but it's going to be enough, I think, for a first down to the 40-yard line of Wenatchee. How about that? "27 yards on the pass play, all the way to the Wenatchee 40-yard line. Johnny Amezquah was fighting over there with Joe Middleton. We've seen a pretty good scrap between those two so far in this game. And Amezquah was screaming for a flag from the official as the ball carrier came past him, Throneberry, but no, or excuse me, that was Kyson Thomas. Kyson Thomas was on that catch. I apologize. Throw over the middle, the ball caught and then drilled as Ashton Lindgren amazingly held on to that football after he was belted on the tackle by Charlie Jorgensen, a gain of 9 yards to the Wenatchee 31. Quarterback Brock Clark not shy about putting his receivers in awkward situations in the defensive backfield. The receiver held on to that one. Clark 5 yards deep from the shotgun on a 2nd and 1. Sends a man in motion who just caught that ball. He'll turn, throw it to him out of the flat, and he slips past one man and looks like he's going to have enough as he stood up at the line or at the 30-yard line. It looks like he's going to have enough for the first down over there, as Antonio D'Angelo will come over and stand him up, but again, it'll be a first down after a gain of a yard. Asher Lindgren on the reception again as Brock Clark continues to use plenty of weapons at his disposal. Moses Lake kind of a Swiss Army knife right here offensively. Panthers bring Michael McPherson on in a dime defense here on a first down and 10 from the Panther 30-yard line. Fake the handoff. Pressure. Lloydhammer takes him down on a sack. Tackle him all the way back at the 36-yard line. Loss of 6 on the second sack of the night here for Wenatchee, as Camden Lloydhammer just beat his man around the corner. By the way, that's the side where they lost one of their linemen here earlier in the game as Austin Kearns went out. Will Hayes is trying to do all he can against Lloydhammer over there. Guzman will split wide to the far side of the field here for Moses Lake on a 2nd down and 16. Now at the Panther 36. Snapped back to Clark. Looks right, throws right, the ball caught. Wide open is the receiver. He'll get it inside the 20 to about the 18. Asher Lindgren on the reception. Tackle finally made by Jorgensen, but not before Moses Lake gets a first down to the Wenatchee 18-yard line. Gain of 18 yards.
And unofficially, that's his 20th pass tonight for 150 yards.
Wow. He's been able to pick apart the Wenatchee defense. He's misfired on just a few times here tonight. Brock Clark has Guzman next to him. He'll turn, hand it to him running left, and he is caught in the backfield, and a nice job again by Camden Lloydhammer. And a flag going to come down late. This is a postscript to this play. We'll see what the official saw or heard possibly. Right now it's a loss of 3 yards and a ball spotted at the 21. However, they're pointing Wenatchee's way. Dead ball, personal foul against the defense. Ouch. That'll be a half the distance variety from the 21. So that'll take it to about the 10.5-yard line if I'm doing my math right. That's Cedar Woolley math, though, Paul, so you just never know about that. Well, hang on. They mark it down at the 15.
Yeah, that math isn't right. The line judge is coming in to talk, so
Yeah.
good for him. Good for Nathan.
Nathan Hahn coming in from his far side saying, okay, if that's half the distance from where the penalty was at the 21, shouldn't that be around the 10-yard line? And this is where the umpire is the one who marks the penalty off with the football. He needs to get help from the sides on these to make sure the math is correct. And here they will put it just outside the 10-yard line. Penalty, by the way, 4th of the night for 35 yards unofficially against Wenatchee. 4 penalties, 40 yards for Moses Lake.
And mechanically, they did it right. The line judge stays in place, and the umpire and the head linesman go off. And when the line judge thought it was in the wrong spot, he came in with his whistle. Good job.
3:02 to go here in the half. Wenatchee band will perform here at halftime. Snap back to Clark, looking for the touchdown. He's got a man in his face, rolls out to his right, throws down to the end zone. The ball is caught, and it is a touchdown, Moses Lake. Didn't have much room in the front corner of the end zone on that side, but Throneberry comes up with a football and a 10-yard touchdown play on the pass from Clark to Throneberry. (20-6), Moses Lake on top, pending the extra point. Hold is by Purcell. Snap is back. Spot is down. The kick away, and it is good. We'll take a 30-second break and come back with 2:44 to go in the half. Moses Lake now leads Wenatchee 21-6. You're watching Big Nine football on the NCWLIFE Channel. Well, the drive for Moses Lake started on their own 27-yard line. Goes 10 plays, 73 yards. The touchdown throw of 10 yards from Clark to Throneberry. Extra point makes it a 21-6 ball game with 2:44 to go here in the half. And that a dagger for Wenatchee. 3 penalties on the Panther defense in that drive. Big difference in that one as well. Iden Bone has it teed up at the 40 for the kickoff after the touchdown by the Chiefs. Deep kick this time will go all the way into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, our first of the night. And so Wenatchee will have it at its own 20-yard line, trailing now by 3 scores with 2:44 to go here in this first half of play. Our broadcast on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet-safe material around your home or office. Call today for your free estimate. Also by Les Schwab. At Les Schwab, they take your safety seriously every time you stop by. So Panthers key here to try to get an answer of some sort, even if they just get some positive momentum heading into halftime. Trailing at 21-6. They played Moses Lake tough through a quarter and a half here, but Chiefs taking advantage of penalties. Back to pass, Devereaux. Throws out in the flat, the ball caught by Amezquah in front of the Wenatchee bench. They're going to put him out at the 24-yard line, so a gain of just 4 yards on the pass play. And a penalty coming against Wenatchee, and it looks like a hold against the offense. Paul, from the officiating perspective here, have they had the discussion about these penalties on the offense on a hold being a spot foul and maybe changing that to a previous spot foul? Because it's awfully costly to the offense, especially if the hold is called 5-10 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yep, it's a huge, huge play. And I know there's the National Federation, they send out a survey every year. In the last 2 years, that question has actually been on the survey to a lot of the officials, coaches, how they would like that called, and to get a rule change at the National Federation level for that.
So after the penalty, it'll mark it back to about the 7-yard line. That's where Wenatchee will have it on a first down now, and long from there, throw over the middle to Amezquah, and we're going to get a penalty flag here, and it looks like this may come against defense. Getting there a little bit early was the defender on the play, and I believe that was Jordan Nelson, the linebacker. So that would be 15 against the defense. Nope, they're just going to say a hold rather than a pass interference. So that will give Wenatchee 10 of those back. 5 penalties, 50 yards against Moses Lake officially here in the ball game. Yeah, so, I mean, just that example right here. You've got the same offense against both teams. One is a 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. The other is from the spot, and it costs the offense more than it does the defense for basically the same infraction, right?
Right. At the NC2A level, that is a spot foul. You go back to the previous spot for holding on the offense. This would have been basically at the same spot starting over as opposed to 3 yards difference.
Back to pass. Devereaux throws over the middle. The ball is caught across the 20. Staying on his feet is the receiver, Amezquah. He'll get it across the 25 out to about the 27. Going to be shy of a first down. That'll bring up a second down from there. After all of that, we were still on first down there. So they'll put the ball at 27, so a gain of 10 yards on the pass play. Second down and short coming up for the Panthers after penalty, then a play. Devereaux in the shotgun. Gets a snap, turn, handoff to Silas St. John for a rare carry. He'll get it up near the 30-yard line. I think it's going to be a little short. Let's see where the official says, nope, they're going to go ahead and move the sticks on a first down play. Yeah, the Panthers, I was texting with Scott Devereaux here yesterday after I visited with him at practice, and I said, how many different variations of your starting lineup have you had? He says, every week it's different. Between injuries and COVID, he said it has just been crazy this season here for Wenatchee. Devereaux back to pass, lower rolling to his right, throwing the ball, caught by one hand, and then he dropped it. Lloydhammer, I thought was going to have a highlight reel catch there, maybe some Sports Center, but no. Incomplete pass brings up second down and 10 from the 30. Hey, just a reminder, coming up tomorrow, we'll be at Wenatchee High School for the District 6 4A Volleyball Championship. Wenatchee and Eastmont at noon tomorrow. Be sure and tune in for that here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Second down and 10. Devereaux back to pass again. Has time. Throws. The ball caught over the middle. This is Lloydhammer. Regulation catch that time. He'll get it out to the 35. The clock will run as he couldn't get out of bounds. 5 yards on that pass play to Lloydhammer, just outside the 35-yard line. St. John in the backfield along with Devereaux here with 1:14 left in the half. Devereaux back to pass. Throw again. The ball caught again this time. On the reception, Caden Zimmerman for Wenatchee. He'll have it up for the first down, so that'll stop the clock momentarily while they reset the chains. Out to the 44-yard line. Gain of 9 yards on that pass play.
Minute 5 and rolling.
Zimmerman will split out to the wide side of the field to the right here for Devereaux. Back to pass again. No pressure. Throws deep downfield, and the receiver knocked down on the play. No flag down. Oh, my. Lloydhammer was the intended receiver. He was covered by Throneberry, and, of course, you hear the fans below us saying they wanted a flag badly on that one. There was definitely contact, but according to the official back there, the back judge, Alan Creek, he felt it was incidental contact between the two, just going for the ball. Second down from the 44 coming up. We're going to get a timeout taken by Wenatchee. We'll take a 30-second break on the broadcast as well with 51 seconds left. 21-6 our score. Moses Lake on top. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
Appreciate you joining us here tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel as we come to you live from Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, the only Big 9 game happening tonight. Last night, Eastmont knocked off West Valley 48-14. It was Sunnyside beating Davis 21-7. Moses Lake, the team in front of us here tonight against Wenatchee, has locked up the #1 seed out of the Big 9 heading into the state tournament. Best of luck to the Chiefs and to the Eastmont Wildcats, #2 seed from the Big 9 heading to the state tournament next week. Back to pass Devereaux after the timeout by Wenatchee. Wants to go for it all, and this is going to be intercepted back at the 20-yard line. That ball was just up for grabs, and the man who was on the defensive play the last time around comes up with the interception here. That's Hayden Throneberry. So the second turnover by Wenatchee in the ball game. And now Moses Lake, according to my numbers, has all 3 timeouts and has some time. And 17-yard line is where the ball will be placed with 44 seconds. And boy, they can throw the football. So let's watch and see what the Chiefs decide to do here, leading it by a score of 21-6. They'll put Asher Lindgren over towards the Wenatchee sideline. So 2 receivers over there, 2 to the near side, wide side of the field. Back to pass, Clark. The ball swatted out of the air by Rivers Cook. Good job by Cook to get a paw up and knock that ball down. That'll bring up second down and 10. Well, Paul, there's been flashes of good things for Wenatchee to build upon here as you look towards that second half.
Yeah, there has. There's just been some inconsistencies, some penalties, and I think they're just lacking some consistency right now. And, Moses Lake's a good ball club, so Moses Lake's not going to hang their hat tonight. They want to win, and they're playing hard.
15th ranked team coming in to the game here tonight. 5-0 in the Big 9, 6-3 overall. And Clark wants to keep this one, and he is brought down, and according to the umpire, by his face mask. It looked kind of ugly as reaching out to make the tackle, I believe, was Kobe Hill. And he definitely had his head, and according to the official, also had his face mask on that tackle. The gain was to the 23, so it was a gain of 6 yards, and they add 15 on top of that. And that's another costly penalty against Wenatchee. That 15 yards will put Moses Lake into striking distance. And that's now 6 penalties and 60 yards against Wenatchee unofficially here on the night. They'll put the ball out to the 37 after the penalty flag for the face mask. So first down for the Chiefs from the 37 of Moses Lake. We'll see what they decide to do. Not a lot of time here. There's 33 seconds left, although sometimes in football that can be an eternity, especially when the wife is waiting for you to go out and mow the grass. Brock Clark in the shotgun. He's got 5 receivers out wide. Throws out the flat, the ball caught. And a first down and trying to get out of bounds. On the far side is Asher Lindgren. I keep saying far side. That's the near side to our cameras. My apologies. Again, hard to keep that straight in my head when we're opposite of where all the cameras are. Gain is 12 yards to the 49. First down from there, and he did get out of bounds. So first down and 10 from about midfield. Let's see what kind of arm Brock Clark has here. See if he goes for a big chunk. Well, the defense jumped off sides, so that's going to give him 5 more free yards. Penalty night here for the Panthers. 65 yards in penalties now, as that'll move the ball into Wenatchee territory to the 46. Well, it was penalties that made a big difference in that last drive for Moses Lake as they reeled off 10 plays and 73 yards. 3 big penalties against the defense that kept that drive alive. And now penalties against Wenatchee here give Moses Lake a 1st and 5 from the Panther 46-yard line with 26.5 seconds to go in the half. Clark back, throws to Guzman. He dropped the football. Second down and 5 coming up. We're going to get a timeout taken by Moses Lake. We will keep it here during the timeout as Moses Lake uses its first one here of the half. Our broadcast brought to you in part by One Way Construction. Your project, your way. Find them online at onewayconstructionnw.com. Also by Rivercom 911. Rivercom is hiring today. See what a career as a telecommunicator can do for you and what you can do for your community. Go to rivercom911.org to apply today. Along with Paul Collard, I'm Eric Granstrom here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Paul, thank you for taking the time out on a Friday night.
You betcha.
What are you missing that you'd normally be doing on a Friday night?
Well, probably tonight I would have just been home with the dogs. My wife works night shifts, so it would have been nice and quiet evening at home in a nice warm 70-degree living room with a gentle 2-mile-an-hour breeze, as opposed to sitting up here and getting brisker as the night goes on. But
we can't complain because we're up here in the booth. We got our camera folks that are out there, for goodness sakes. They're freezing to death.
Oh, gotta love the camera people.
Absolutely.
We have a beautiful booth and a beautiful view here tonight.
I didn't see who ended up top. That's usually the precarious position for our camera folks. Whoever gets the assignment that's on top of the press box across the way, you are totally unprotected up there. So we'll have to figure that out as we get towards the end of our broadcast here tonight. Second down and 5 after the timeout taken by Moses Lake. We'll see if they chuck it deep downfield. Brock Clark by himself in the backfield. 2-step drop. The receiver fell down, and he takes it himself, and he will get to the 44 of Wenatchee, and then another quick timeout taken by the Chiefs. Third down coming up after the 2-yard gain. I don't know what happened with that receiver on the far side over there. Or, again, I say far side. Near side of the field to the cameras, the Moses Lake side. I should just do Moses Lake and Wenatchee side. Asher Lindgren fell down over there. Sometimes those turf monsters, I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but I've had that happen plenty of times while officiating football. Somehow, I don't know how, the hash mark just jumps up and grabs a hold of your foot, and there you go.
Especially when the field turf is a little damp. It's amazing how those cleats can dig in. Moses Lake must have something they're thinking. Third down, they call timeout with 16 seconds left. So I'd think some kind of a pass play here, get to the sideline. Let the sideline call, stop the clock, and let's just see what happens here.
Try for 3, or maybe they got a hook and ladder or something like that. Is it time to open up the playbook a little bit and have some fun here before the half?
That's right.
You never know when you get to the postseason, as Moses Lake will head to the state tournament next week, when you need to have those gadget plays.
And those gadget plays, that's their opponent. That's one more thing they got to look at and coach against.
So think about,
Yep.
So Brock Clark on a third down and about 3 yards to go. Now we're going to get a timeout taken by Wenatchee after they see the little chess match happening out in front of them. So Wenatchee will use its final timeout. And, I never understood coaches keeping timeouts in their pocket. You don't get them for the second half. I mean, why not use them? Make sure everything is a teaching opportunity, no matter what. No matter what time is on the clock, no matter what the scoreboard says. When you've got youngsters on the field, a teaching opportunity always at hand.
Definitely.
One of the best, I think, things that I learned and that I've applied in my life for my days officiating was preventative officiating. And I don't know if I've talked about that much here on our broadcast over the years since I've been doing this, but it certainly helped me calling games. It helped me in my life to slow down and go, wait a minute, let's talk about this before we make a rash decision on really penalizing somebody for a decision that was made.
Yep, it's got to be at the point of attack, and it's got to be big. And the old adage in football officiating is the closer you get to the goal line, the slower you need to go. The slower, and the wing officials actually set up wider on the sidelines and off the sideline as we go back to action.
And I mentioned that preventative officiating. That's where you're talking to the players on the field instead of throwing a flag saying, hey, you might want to dial it down a notch. Now trying to dial up a little swing pass, and we got, is there a flag down? There was contact made as the screen pass was attempted over the middle. Silas St. John came up and popped Maddox Gwynn, the intended receiver, and they're just going to say, nope, no flag. And the Moses Lake sideline coaching staff is saying, how can you not call pass interference on that? 4th down coming up from the 44 of Wenatchee.
Yeah, going back to your preventative officiating, Eric, I was an umpire a lot of my career, and at the end of the game, you are hoarse from talking so much. And I wasn't known for throwing many flags, but I sure talked a lot to the kids.
And that goes a long way in the respect level, I think, that the players have for officials. If you can just talk to them about what's going on and what you see. 4th down coming up. Here goes Clark. Has some pressure. Throws over the middle. The ball is behind the intended receiver. A hand on it by Wenatchee's Trey Jagla back there. And it will go over on downs to Wenatchee. So credit the Panther defense for making another stop.
Well, 6 seconds left in before half. We'll see if Wenatchee's going to throw the ball or just take a knee.
I don't believe that you mentioned this before the game. You went, a quarterback with the number 30. Well, Jake Devereaux was not a quarterback to start the season, and he's not traditional. Now, Wenatchee's minus a guard out there right now. That's dangerous if you're the Panther quarterback. In fact, they don't have a timeout. Now they're finally going to get the man out there who's missing, Vincent Goforth. Snap is back to Devereaux. How he got that off before the time wound down, I'm not sure. Mezqual will take the little swing pass, and he'll get it into Moses Lake territory to the 40-yard line. So a gain of, 16 yards on the pass play. And they're looking for the football because they need to finish the half here. Meanwhile, Coach Brett Jay comes sprinting out onto the field to talk to the officials about that last incomplete, as it was called. And I'm sure he is having a, conversation, we shall say, about how a flag was not called there. We will take a 2-minute break and come back. We're at halftime here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, where Moses Lake leads Wenatchee 21-6. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
GMC Sierra with hands-free driving offers the most advanced and luxurious pickup in its class. Yeah, it rocks.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can just
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Direct from Las Vegas, Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday cirque. Experience holograms, interactive lasers, projection mapping, and a cast of international cirque performers on one stage. Experience the futuristic holiday show everyone's talking about. Make new memories with your family this holiday season and experience Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday show. Live in concert.
Well, we're back here at halftime just to watch the Applettes dance team perform here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Let's take a listen and a watch. And the Wenatchee Panther Golden Apple Marching Band will perform coming up next here at halftime at Lee Bofto Field on senior nights, as the Wenatchee Panthers do have one more football game coming up next Thursday. Davis agreed to play one more time, and so a game that was missed earlier this season that right now is actually counted as a forfeit for Wenatchee because it was a COVID cancellation. And if you look at the standings officially, Wenatchee, they list at 0-5 in Big Nine play because of what they considered a forfeit. But they'll make up that game. So Wenatchee hoping to get into the win column in Big Nine play coming up next week on Thursday night. 6 o'clock is that game time. As the Panthers trail it here at halftime to Moses Lake by a score of 21-6. Moses Lake outscored Wenatchee 7-6 in the first quarter, 14-0, and the second to take this lead here at halftime. The scoring summary in that first half for Moses Lake, their first possession of the ball game, they took it on a 10-play, 86-yard drive. Guzman ran it in from 18 yards out. The extra point was 6:33 to go in the first, made it 7-0. Moses Lake on top. Wenatchee took its second possession of the game and were able to take it down the field. Camden Lloydhammer took it in from 27 yards out to around the right side. And the extra point made it actually a bad snap on the extra point. And Wenatchee was not able to get the two-point conversion. So 7-6 the score with 4:13 to go in the first quarter. Pretty good start for the Panthers. Moses Lake would get the ball down to the Wenatchee 14-yard line, but the drive would stall there on their second possession of the ball game. 34-yard field goal attempt was no good, and that kept the score at 7-6, where it would stay until the second quarter when Moses Lake would score on a two-play, 22-yard drive after a fumble by Wenatchee. The extra point after a Clark run from 22 yards out made it 14-6. They would add another touchdown on a 10-play, 73-yard drive to lead it 21-6 with 2:44 to go in the half, and they would hold that lead here at halftime. Again, we're at halftime, and the Golden Apple Marching Band performing here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. There you go, the Golden Apple Marching Band here at halftime at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl with another song to come for us. Wonderful performance here at halftime by the Golden Apple Marching Band at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, where the Wenatchee Panthers trail the Moses Lake Chiefs at halftime 21-6. We'll come back and take a look at halftime stats coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35-plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Welcome back here to halftime at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, where the Golden Apple Marching Band finishing up their halftime performance. Along with Paul Collard, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Sangster Motors. The American Challenge is on at Sangster Motors, home of the all-new Yukon SUV. Also by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, providing outstanding value and service since 1962. Well, he's been outstanding at talking football since the 1980s. Paul Collard is my guest analyst here tonight, and keeping track of the numbers. And boy, I look at 2 big turnovers, and I look at 65 yards and penalties, and that was very costly for Wenatchee in that first half. How did they do on the stat sheet?
Well, as far as your stats, Eric, tonight, the unofficial stats, Cam Lloyd-Hammer is the leading rusher for your Wenatchee Panthers. 10 rushes for 70 yards, a nice average of 7 yards a carry. Jake Devereaux, the quarterback, on 3 quarterback sacks, has lost 17 yards. And Silas St. John has 1 carry for 2 yards. As far as passing, Jake Devereaux's 13 attempts for 78 yards and completed pass yardage. Receiving, his favorite target was Johnny Mezqua, 6 targets at 59 yards. Cam Lloyd-Hammer had 1 catch for 5 yards. And Caden Zimmerman had 2 catches for 20. As far as the Moses Lake Chiefs, Sergio Guzman had 34 yards net rushing on 8 attempts. Brock Clark, the quarterback, on 7 attempts, had 33 yards. His arm was doing most of the work in the first half with 26 attempts for 172 yards through the air. His favorite receiver was Hayden Thronberry, 7 catches for 89 yards. Sergio Guzman also had 4 catches for 30. And Asher Lundgren had 5 catches for 52 yards. Moses Lake had 5 penalties for an additional 50 yards.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns on the ground for Moses Lake in that first half. 1 through the air to Thronberry. He's been a busy guy on the defensive side, too. Had an interception here tonight, as well as the Chiefs lead it at halftime by a score of 21-6 over the Wenatchee Panthers. Both teams are out to warm up for our second half, and we will take a break and come back and get you that after this 60-second commercial break here on the broadcast on the NCWLIFE Channel. We'll be right back.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu, because we work to get you to work.
Welcome back once again here to the Apple Bowl as we get ready for second half action between the Wenatchee Panthers and the Moses Lake Chiefs. Along with Paul Collard, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel. Reminder, we'll be at Wenatchee High School tomorrow for volleyball. It's the District 6 4A Championship. happening at Wenatchee High School, Eastmont at Wenatchee at noon. I'll be with your pregame at 11:45 here on the NCWLIFE Channel. The loser of that game will have one more shot at getting to the state tournament. They will play the winner of West Valley and Sunnyside at 2 o'clock tomorrow. We'll have that one broadcast as well. I mean, we got the cameras, we got everything there. Why not do 2 for 1? That's all tomorrow at Wenatchee High School on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. I didn't know that you were a broadcast major in college.
I did. I got my college degree in broadcast journalism. I was kind of the technical part of the Pacific Lutheran University broadcast crew. We had a van that we took around with all the cameras and equipment, and I was in charge of setting all that up, and kind of like what you did pregame here, plugging everything in and crossing your fingers, hoping it all works when you're a long way from a studio or a long way from home. But yeah, I did that the last 2 years, my junior and senior year at college, to travel with the football team after a knee injury, and then we had so much fun. We did it for the basketball program too. Now, one of the people you're involved with on the broadcast, I bumped into when I started doing the Seahawks stuff because he was involved with their pregame show. A guy that is still involved with PLU broadcast, isn't he? Or I think he's still. I'm not so sure if he does so much PLU anymore, but yeah, Tom Glasgow was our on-air personality for all the play-by-play in color, and myself and another gentleman did all the technical and behind-the-scenes stuff and made Tom look good, just like I hope I'm making you look good tonight, Mr. Granstrom.
Well, no, there's way too many filters they need to try to do that. After, 27 years, 26 years, 27 years in radio, this whole TV thing is still, my dad always said, Eric, you got the perfect face for radio. You should stay on radio. But then again, he also said that there's an old guy for, now I'm going to forget his name. He was on Como TV forever. He was
King?
their political commentator.
Ken Schramm.
Yes. He says if Ken Schramm could be on TV, anybody can be on TV. And we love the dearly departed Ken Schramm. Absolutely. All right, we're getting ready for second half action. The teams get 3 minutes on the warm-up clock in order to do so. And we've got that time has wind down, so we've got to be close to getting ready for football here on the NCWLIFE Channel. One more time around for high school football here this season. And I, for one, I'm sure you probably share the sentiment as well. After COVID and delays and shutdowns and everything else, it's good to be back to, and I'll put it in air quotes here, normal and have a fall football season.
Fall football season when football's supposed to be played. Cheerleaders, fans, parents, the officials. It's just, this is how it's supposed to be. And I think we're all tired of all the COVID stuff. It's a part of our society right now, and making do with what we can. But yeah, it's so great to get back on the.
Well, and in sports too, it's a chance to forget that at least for 3 hours. Come out here, cheer on your team, listen to the band play, all that kind of fun stuff. So here we go, ready for second half action on the NCWLIFE Channel as Alex Sanchez has it teed up. Moses Lake will get the football to start this second half. A short kick will be taken by the up man at the 22. This is Jackson Purcell on the return. He'll get it out to the 30, and that's where Moses Lake will have it for the first plays of the second half here as they lead it by a score of 21-6 over Wenatchee. Six seconds wound off the clock on that kickoff return here for the Chiefs. And we'll watch this carefully. Moses Lake up 21-6. How this second half goes, and if they start getting maybe some fresh bodies in there. They got a lot of people on the roster that they could use as backups here. Turn, handoff, up the middle, dive play, good play. Up 10, 13 yards is Sergio Guzman on his first carry of the second half, and he will have a first down on the play. They'll put him down to the 43. So one play, and they're out near midfield already, are the Chiefs. Sergio Guzman, the running back. Brock Clark is the quarterback. In fact, he's got another back flanking him, and they will turn, hand it to Guzman on a dive play left side. There was a Panther that latched on to his arms and held on for dear life. That was Colby Hill on the tackle, but not before he gets 6 yards on a first down. Out near midfield, they'll say it is out to the 49-yard line for the Chiefs. on their first possession of the second half. Second down coming up. We'll get you a Wenatchee Wild score from Vernon coming up in a moment. Here's another big gash by Guzman. Still on his feet to the 25. Wenatchee has a blocker out there. Finally knocked out of bounds inside the 15-yard line by Sergio Guzman with precision, striking, and big blocks up front. They'll put him at the 14-yard line. 37 yards in that running play for Guzman in a gallop. So Wenatchee finds itself back on its heels to start this second half here. Moses Lake picked up right where they left off, as Brock Clark has gone to the ground here for the Chiefs. They'll turn, hand it off, and a dive play right side doesn't do much this time around, as the Panthers' Jesus Segovia, who's had a busy night so far for the Panthers, will make the stop on a short run by Maddox Gwynn, number 23 for Moses Lake. They'll give him momentum down to the 13, so a gain of just a yard on that play for the Chiefs. Ball left hash mark for Brock Clark. Has not gone to the air yet here in the second half. He won't here, as he'll keep it running around the left end, and a good idea, but a great play by Camden Lloydhammer to keep him from scoring a touchdown. He falls down at the 10 after Lloydhammer reached out and clipped his heels. Gain of 3 yards. Brings up third down here for the Chiefs. They can get a first down just inside the 5, call it the 4-yard line. So it'll be third down and 6 coming up for Moses Lake. Again, Maddox and Guzman in the backfield to the right here of Clark. Back to pass, throws out the flat, the ball behind Guzman. He's able to catch it though, dance his way inside the 10, and he's going to be short of the yard to gain though, the line to gain, as they'll put him down at the 8-yard line, gain of just 2 yards. Good job by the Panther defense to swarm him over right there. Help on the stop for Wenatchee by Colby Hill. He's had a good night up front defensively for the Panthers here. Moses Lake going to go for it. They did try a field goal attempt. No, it looks like they'll bring the kicking unit on late here. They did try a field goal of 36 yards in that first half, 34 yards, and missed it. Or will they, what will they do here? Well, they're going to go for it on fourth down and about 4 yards to go. Turn, handoff, Guzman, dive play, left side. Panthers have him, and they're going to stop him at about the 5-yard line. If, in fact, they did, that would be a turnover on down. Second time the Panther defense has been able to do that here tonight. No, they stopped him. First down, Panthers. So Guzman gets 3. But that will be it. So a good job by the Wenatchee defense after getting gashed a few times by Guzman, but Panthers have the ball deep in their own end here with the shadow of their goalpost right behind them. 8:44 to go in the third quarter as Wenatchee gets the ball back. Let's see what the Panthers have done. And he tweaks offensively here as Jake Devereaux will set them up at their own 5-yard line after a defensive stop. Turn, handoff, Lloydhammer up the middle. He's got room across the 10, 15, 20, out near the 25-yard line. Beautiful job of cutting back by Camden Lloydhammer, and he's going to take it all the way to the 23-yard line, gain of 18 yards.
Gain of 23 yards and a Panther first down.
They'll put the ball at the 23. First down and 10 here for the Panthers. Beautiful job of blocking up front by that offensive line for Wenatchee, led by Trey Jagla at center. Here is a counter play to Lloydhammer. He's got positive yardage across the 25 out to about the 28-yard line. Gain of 5 yards. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
That's right. Mr. Lloydhammer is going to need that hot tub, I think, tonight. A bag of ice after the game.
2nd down and 5 coming up for the Panthers, and Moses Lake jumped off sides as Wenatchee clapped their hands, did Devereaux. And that's where the offense stands up, and that brings the defense off sides, and that'll be 5 free yards. And the 6th penalty, that is, and 55 yards against Moses Lake here tonight. And that'll be a free first down for Wenatchee. Should be anyway. Well, it's close.
It might just be a tad short. Depends where the tape is on the 10-yard chain of marks.
Our referee tonight is Chris Wiltz, on loan from the Tri-Cities Association, and he will say first down. Thank you, Chris, because I'm writing in pen and I already put down a first down on my sheet. A lot of penalties here tonight. Let's see, between the two teams, over 100 yards in penalties. 110 yards in penalties. First down and 10 for Wenatchee. First possession of the second half, trailing at 21-6 to Moses Lake. The Big Nine champions. Devereaux, turn, handoff, Lloydhammer, big gap again, across the 40, still on his feet, fighting for yardage, and then finally pummeled out of bounds near midfield. They're going to put him out at the 46. Gain of 13 yards for Camden Lloydhammer. That's got to get him up near 100 yards on the night, doesn't it there, Paul?
Well, we got 36 yards this half, Eric.
And he had 70 at halftime.
Yep. Yeah. Your Cedro Woolley math is excellent. You need to send a bouquet of flowers to your math teacher.
Oh, I hope he's not still at the high school. That would not be good. That's a long time ago. First down for Wenatchee from the 47. As Devereaux would love to just continue to hand the ball off to Camden Lloydhammer here. The offensive line's done great so far in the second half. Handoff again, Lloydhammer. He got away from another initial attack at the line of scrimmage and will eke his way into Moses Lake side of the 50-yard line to the 46. Gain of 8. Well, maybe 7. Line of scrimmage to start this series, or this set of downs, was at the 47 of Wenatchee. They're at the 46 of Moses Lake now. Connor Dooley is split out to the left for Devereaux. He's got Silas St. John as well as Lloydhammer in the backfield. Handoff Lloydhammer. Short gain this time, but I think Lloydhammer's going to have enough for the first down as they'll spot him at the 43 of Moses Lake. Gain of 3 yards, and that should be enough for a first down. Offensive line of Trey Jagla at center. Jesus Segovia and Vincent Goforth the guards. Jackson Vio and Kobe Hill of the tackles. Done a good job up front here for Wenatchee tonight. Panthers have had, they came into the game with 875 yards rushing on the season. Getting 1/8 of that already here by one ball carrier. As we continue on, as they do mark it a first down. Devereaux looking over to the sideline, motioning to his coach/dad on a first down and 10. He's got Lloydhammer on his left, St. John on his right, and now he'll switch them. And you would think this would be a running play to the left. Let's see. Turn, handoff, running play, left side. Lloydhammer cuts it up the gut and gets inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now, on an artificial turf, I'll take 4 yards in a cloud of plastic grass anytime you can give it to me. Second down coming up for the Panthers as they continue to run the football with Camden Lloydhammer.
Already 50 yards this half, Eric.
Good night again for the senior on senior nights here at the Apple Bowl. After a look to the sideline, snap is back, handoff Lloydhammer trying to get to the corner. This time he will not, and there could have maybe been a horse collar called as the first man to get there defensively for Moses Lake was Zach Ryer. We've called his name a few times tonight. Instead, they'll just say it's a loss or no gain on the play, tackle at the 39-yard line. He reached up, looked like he may have had a hand inside the top of that shoulder pad on the backside there, but of course I'm a long way away and the officials are much closer than I, so no flag. And it'll be third down coming up for the Panthers from the 39. Actually, yes. Devereaux rolls to his left, throws, the ball is high, and the ball is caught! Lloydhammer comes up with the ball after it was too high. Excuse me, not Lloydhammer. It was Zimmerman on the catch after it went through the hands of Lloydhammer. And a first down for Wenatchee at the 29-yard line. We have a flag down after the play, and it's going to be on the defense.
Looked like roughing the quarterback potentially.
So that would add on to the pass play, which right now is 10-yard pass play to the 29 of Moses Lake. And it is roughing the passer, so 15 yards, or will it be? No, it'll be half the distance from where they have the ball right now. So down to about the 14-yard line. So 7 penalties and 69 yards unofficially against Moses Lake here in the ball game on the penalty front. So that's something definitely, you look at both the top 2 teams of the Big Nine. They've also been penalized a lot this season, Moses Lake and Eastmont, and both those teams are going to have to clean that up if they hope to get past the first round of the state tournament next week. So they'll put the ball at the 13-yard line. Yeah. After the penalty. Nope, now they're going to move it back to the 14-yard line. So first down and 10. Devereaux 5 yards back in the backfield, gets the snap back from center, looks left. Now he's going to run it right up the middle, has a gap, but that closes quickly. Good job by the linebacker there, Marcus Duval. And he has had a quiet night here. He's one of the leading tacklers for Moses Lake defensively. He'll come up from his linebacker's place and make a stop after about a 2-yard gain for Wenatchee to the 12. So Lloydhammer is lined up as a slot back to the left. He's not in the backfield right now. St. John is flanking Devereaux. Back to pass goes Jake, throws over the middle. The ball is caught at the 4. It's a Mezqua, and he'll be hit hard down out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down, so it'll be first and goal for Wenatchee after the 10-yard pass play from Devereaux to Mezqua. Bo Warren will check into the ball game for Wenatchee. He will come in as a slot back to the left here along with Dooley. And now Lloydhammer joins Devereaux and St. John in the backfield. They'll hand it to Lloydhammer. Boy, he barely got the handoff, but he does tumble into the end zone for the touchdown for Wenatchee. And we've got a extra whistle and an injury for a Panther down on the field right now. That is not good. Hopefully that's a cramp. They immediately grab the foot and start tilting it towards the torso, so that usually means a cramp move out there for one of the Panthers. And it looked like it was one of the offensive linemen possibly.
Yeah, we all forget that even on these cool nights, we got to keep the liquids in us, and
yep,
those cramps are can happen.
So the timeout after the touchdown here to tend to one of the Panthers that's on the ground right now. Again, can't see the numbers on that particular individual, so we'll hold on that while our injury timeout on the field brought to you by Confluence Health. High quality care close to home. Confluence Health is dedicated to improving their patients' health with safe, high quality care in 12 communities. Again, trying to get that Charlie horse out. I don't hear that term hardly anymore, Charlie horse. I'm not sure.
That just shows her age, Eric. Now they call it a cramp.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Amara Berry, Haley Lowen, and Lauren Miller will be running in the girls' race.
Alex Sanchez out to try to tack on the extra point here, but first we have to tend to the injury on the field to a Panther. And they haul her to the sidelines to get one of the backup players out there to help out. That's Silas St. John, who was down. I saw the 5. I didn't see the front number of it. So Silas St. John having to deal with a right leg injury at this point. He's helped off the field. We hope that's a cramp. We hope it's nothing more than that. So now the extra point here by Wenatchee. Had a bad snap on their first touchdown of the night. Let's see if they get a better snap this time. Rivers Cook is the long snapper. The holder, Connor Dooley, and the place kicker, Alex Sanchez. Snap is back, spot is down, the kick away, and it is good. We'll take a 30-second break and come back with 3:16 to go here in the third quarter. Don't go away. It is 21-13. Wenatchee trails it by 8. We're back after this on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Let's face it, selling your good used vehicle can be a hassle, if nothing else. Consign your vehicle here at Global Elite Motors. When you do, you'll get the best possible price because of our proprietary selling system. We offer the ability to finance, add warranties, take trade-ins, and much, much more. Each consignment vehicle we represent is thoroughly inspected and marketed to attract qualified buyers. Let us help sell your quality vehicle. Buying a vehicle? Consigning a vehicle? Stop by Global Elite Motors on Wenatchee Avenue at Global Car Care.
Make sure you pull your chair up.
Welcome back once again here to Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. The Wenatchee Panthers, by the way, that drive, 12 plays, 95 yards after a stop on defense on downs. The touchdown for Lloydhammer from 2 yards out. The extra point makes it a 21-13 ball game. Ensuing kickoff is short, will bounce on the turf and be picked up by a return man up man here. Jackson Purcell will take it across the 35 out near the 40-yard line. And that's where Moses Lake will have their second possession of the second half. And we got a ball game, gang. Do not go away. Wenatchee making it a contest here with 3:10 left. Moses Lake gets the ball here in the third quarter. Yeah, quick moving third quarter with a lot of running on both sides. 4 receivers to the near side left here for Brock Clark on a first down play at their own 39-yard line. Ball right hash mark. Snap is back. Clark throws out the flat. The ball caught out there on the wing. And then thrown forward is Kyson Thomas, and he got about 9 yards on the first down play. And they'll put him at the 48, so it's exactly 9 yards on that first down play. Second down at 1 coming up for the Chiefs. Again, Moses Lake coming in tonight as the Big 9 regular season champs. They'll be the #1 seed out of the Big 9 heading into the state tournament. Handoff to Guzman. Bounces around the right side. Now trying to cut back, and then he is swarmed over at the 49-yard line. Trailing the play, coming up with a stop was Jesus Segovia. How about the play by Segovia here tonight? And we got an injury to one of the Chiefs as Guzman, who carried the ball, is down where he was tackled at the 49-yard line. That's going to be, I think, a first down, or it'll be close to it. The officials have the ball spotted at the 49-yard line, so it will be a first down on a 1-yard gain by Guzman. But now the attention is to he as he lays on the turf right now. We talked about that, Paul. I mean, here you've got Moses Lake heading to the state tournament next week, and they wanted to get in and get out of here. Yeah, they'd love to get a victory, but more importantly is to keep their health of their main people as they head to the state tournament. You don't want somebody like the ball carrier on the ground right now.
Yeah, definitely. That's not good. Not good from a Moses Lake Chief standpoint. Unfortunately, he's standing up and looks like he's going to be walking on his own off the field, so he'll be on at least one play, and hopefully he's healthy and good and shaking hands with one of his offensive linemen, so let's wish him the best.
Well, he got hit hard at the end of that play by Jesus Segovia, and maybe hit the back of his head on the turf. So they will check him out on the Moses Lake sideline. Meanwhile, in to replace him in the lineup for the Chiefs is Maddox Gwynn, who we've seen sparingly here tonight. He's in the backfield along with Ashton Lindgren. Lindgren will stay. Nope, Lindgren will move as a slot man to the right here. On a 1st down and 10 for Moses Lake at a yard shy of the 50-yard line. Motion man is Maddox. They'll turn, fake the handoff of him, throw over the middle. The ball is caught, and boy, that's a dangerous pass pattern again. But Asher Lindgren able to snap onto it and get another 1st down for Moses Lake. They'll take it all the way to the Wenatchee 36-yard line, gain of 15 yards. Well, Moses Lake was able to move the ball down their first possession of the second half to the Wenatchee 8, but then the Panther defense rose to the occasion, turned it over on downs. And then Wenatchee took it 95 yards on a march down the field to pull to within a score here at 21-13. Clark sends a man in motion. They'll fake the handoff to him, hand it off to Maddox. Look out, he's got a big gain to the 15-yard line before he spilled down. And finally coming up with a stop was Alex Brender for the Panthers. But a big gash up the middle for Maddox Gwynn. As they'll put the ball at the 15, and we got a flag down here at the end of things, so hold on. They'll put the ball actually at the 13-yard line. So a gain of 23 yards on that running play for Maddox Gwynn. And we've got a penalty on the
sideline warning.
It's a warning, okay. And again, the sideline issues is really a measure to protect the officials as they're running up and down the sidelines, correct?
Yeah, correct. That's to keep the officials healthy, so when they've got that 2-yard belt there, that they know there shouldn't be anybody in that belt during the live ball action. So good job on the official to enforce that. In fact, both wing officials. Sometimes the officials don't want to be that bold and do that, but the sooner you do that and the first one is free, there's no penalty yardage with it. Great job by both wing officials tonight.
So it'll be the 1st down and 10 from the 13 of Wenatchee for Moses Lake here, as the Chiefs try to answer back on the 95-yard touchdown drive by Wenatchee with 1:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Back to pass, Clark has pressure, throws out the flat, the ball is caught, and then immediately dropped is the wide receiver by the defender coming up. I think that's a Mezqua, no, on the tackle, who comes up with a limp arm is Charlie Jorgensen after the catch was made by Throneberry. No gain on the play, brings up 2nd down and 10. Jorgensen got the worst of that one, and now they're going to have to take a timeout because he is a hurting unit and will take a seat down on the field. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Biosports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net, open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Also by Charter College. They work to get you to work. Find out about how to enroll today at chartercollege.edu. Well, this 3rd quarter has evaporated here. By the way, I mentioned we would get you a score on the Wenatchee Wild. And they are through 2 periods in Vernon tonight and scoreless between the Wild and the Vernon Vipers. Wenatchee still trying to get off the schneid on the win column here in BCHL play. They'll finally come home next week on the 11th and 12th at the Town Toyota Center. So looking forward to Wild hockey here next week. So they're still taking a look at the man who made the tackle, Charlie Jorgensen, and looking at his arm as he came up from the tackle. It looked like he was kind of shaken up earlier in this ball game too. He will come off the field now as we get Moses Lake back at the line of scrimmage and ready to go here on a 2nd down coming up from the 13-yard line after the pass play went for nothing thanks to Jorgensen's work. And they'll restart the clock.
40 seconds and rolling.
They'll have to get one more snap off before we end the quarter here. So Brock Clark, will see what he has in mind, is he's got 3 receivers wide to the far side of the field to the right. Man in motion, and they'll turn and throw it to him out of the backfield. He'll dance around and then be smothered down at about the 11-yard line, so just a couple of yards on the pass play to Kyson Thomas. Boy, they've tried to get him the ball often tonight, and it just has not paid too many dividends. As the Wenatchee defense smelling him out, gain of, they're going to put it at the 11. And that'll be our final play of the third quarter. We'll take a 60-second break and come back, get you ready for the fourth quarter. It's Wenatchee trailing Moses Lake 21-13. You're watching Big 9 football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
A big third down coming up for the Wenatchee defense at the Panther 11-yard line after a 2-yard gain to end that third quarter. Wenatchee outscoring Moses Lake 7-0 in the third to give us a 21-13 ball game. 4 receivers wide to the far side of the field to the left here for Brock Clark on a third down play. Watch that pass over the middle if you're the Panther defense. And we got motion, I think, and a flag going to come down here, and it will be against Moses Lake, and that'll be their 8th penalty of the night if it is. The coach for Moses Lake comes all the way out onto the field. Oh, it's a timeout. Okay. I saw a flag down, but first it was they're going to wave the flag off and say a timeout for the Chiefs. So I think that Brett Jay, the head coach for the Chiefs, wanted to see what Wenatchee is going to do defensively. And a little chess match, so he'll call the timeout here. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service, installation, and repair since 1982, serving residential and commercial. They specialize in indoor air quality. Also by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their #1 priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pick up and drop off available. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. Well, there's not a lot of folks here tonight, but boy, they are making a lot of noise. And I will give the student body credit for the Panthers on senior night here tonight. Just one more football game in the books for Wenatchee next week. They'll play at Davis, make up a game from earlier this season that was wiped out because of COVID. There you see a good shot of the student body cheering section here tonight for the Wenatchee Panthers. By the way, I should mention, the November's here. Thanksgiving will be here before you know it. And the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive, or it's renamed now the NCW Community Toy Drive, presented by Les Schwab, is kicking off that Thanksgiving weekend. We'll be out at the Wenatchee Wild Games on Friday and Saturday that weekend. Excuse me, and we'll have our live broadcast from Hooked on Toys Saturday morning of Thanksgiving weekend at 9 o'clock, so be sure and join us out for that. But the Wenatchee student body has selected to be involved, and so they've got a basketball game coming up. We'll tell you more about that, where they're going to collect toys for the toy drive. Third down and long. Pass over the middle. The ball is hit by the defensive back. It was actually Jagla that got a hand on it. And so that made it a free ball, so it's incomplete, brings up fourth down. Big play by the Wenatchee defense.
Yeah, if they can hold them to a field goal on this, that would be outstanding. Give them a good shot here in the fourth quarter. We're 11:56 on the game clock.
Again, as far as the standings are concerned, Moses Lake's locked in as the number 1 seed for the Big Nine. Now, of course, a win tonight will help them a little bit on their RPI. Probably, honestly, not a lot. They're right now 15th on the RPI for the WIAA. And they will try a field goal here, and this will be spotted at the 18, so a 28-yard field goal attempt. It's Iden Bone on the kick. Right to left. Snap is down. Spot is down. The kick away, and it is good. So 3 points on the board, and we mentioned that's a win for the defense for Wenatchee. We'll take a 30-second break and come back with 11:53 to go. Long way to go. It's Moses Lake 24, Wenatchee 13. You're watching Big Nine football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Well, the drive for Moses Lake started at their own 39-yard line. It stalls at the Wenatchee 11, so it's 8 plays and 50 yards before they get a 28-yard field goal from Iden Bone. It makes it a 24-13 game with a lot of time left here in the fourth quarter. This kickoff will head into the end zone and through it, and so Wenatchee will have a possession starting at their own 20-yard line. With 11:53 to go here in the fourth quarter. Appreciate you joining us on the NCWLIFE Channel. The Chiefs' season started with a loss against Bothell, 56-14. They lost at Post Falls, 42-26. They beat Lake City, 28-21. Crushed Eisenhower, 56-7. Lost to Woodinville, and then have been winning ever since against Eastmont, Sunnyside, Davis, and West Valley. And lead it here tonight, 24-13. Wenatchee trying to have a say about that, and they will get 5 free yards here against the defense after that clap of the hands by Jake Devereaux. Jumping into the neutral zone was Camden Stout. That'll be 8 penalties and 74 yards, I believe, here against Moses Lake in the ball game. And so the penalty will give Wenatchee 1st and 5 from its own 25. Jake Devereaux done a good job leading the offense here, just a sophomore for the Wenatchee Panthers. We talked about this. Sophomore quarterback at Wenatchee, sophomore quarterback at Eastmont. Turn, handoff. Boy, he barely got that handoff to Camden Lloydhammer, and Lloydhammer piles forward for 3 yards. It'll be second down from the 28, second down and 2 coming up for the Panthers, and Camden has done a good job carrying the rock here tonight. He came in with 473 yards rushing, well over 100 yards here tonight.
Yeah, just in the second half, that's 56 yards on 9 carries.
2 receivers left, 1 right here for Devereaux. Panthers have had much more success on the ground than they have through the air here tonight. As Devereaux claps his hands, the defense this time will hold its position. 5-man defensive front as they're expecting Wenatchee to try to run it on a second and short. Silas St. John will back up into the backfield. They'll hand it to Lloydhammer left side. He is caught, but his forward momentum going to take him close to a first down. I think they are going to say it is a first down at the 30-yard line. Our broadcast here on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call today for your free estimate. Also by Les Schwab. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously every time you stop by. 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 30-yard line. Devereaux claps his hands. Everybody stops, waits, looks towards the sideline. Signals come out. They stay with the play they called in the huddle, or do they change it here? Devereaux gets a snap, but we're going to get, unfortunately, too much time taken after that look to the sidelines, and a penalty against Wenatchee is going to be their 8th of the ball game, unofficially for 70 yards. So it's kind of been one of those nights for Wenatchee too. Like the frog in the well. You know, you hop up a little, then you slide back. Then you hop up a little, then you slide back. 70 yards and penalties will not make your coaching staff very happy, that is for sure. And like Paul said, it could have been more in that first half of play. Chilly night here at the stadium as we're now in the month of November. It's a hand-blowing kind of a night. Devereaux back to pass, trying to get away from the defense, and he'll just toss it into the bench area as he was chased out of the pocket by Zach Ryer. Again, that 6'2", 225-pound senior for Moses Lake has been all over the field tonight. I think Devereaux is going to have bad dreams with 56 written all over it. It'll be second down for Wenatchee from the 25-yard line. Second down, 15 for the Panthers. Lloydhammer will linger in the backfield to the right of Devereaux as they'll have a brief conversation about exactly what this play is. Snap comes back to Devereaux, rolls left, wants to keep it, and then is hogtied there and dropped at about the 20-yard line. Again, the play made up front by Saul Villa. Again, he gets those arms wrapped around you, and 290 pounds, he'll just drop down, and you have no choice but to go with him. That'll be a loss back to the 22-yard line, loss of 3 yards. Third and long coming up for the Panthers. Third and about 17, 18 yards to go here for Wenatchee. See if they stick to the ground or try to go to the air again. 3-man defensive front down lineman for Moses Lake. Back to pass goes Devereaux, throws it over the middle. The pass is caught by Silas St. John. He'll get away from one man, but not the rest. Moses Lake says the ball came out. The officials are pointing to the ground saying, no, he was down. Meanwhile, we got a flag that was thrown in as well. It could be a hold against the offense.
Short gain on the play.
It is a hold offense.
Indication of holding against
the flag right at the line of scrimmage. And the question to the coaching staff for Moses Lake will be whether they want to accept the penalty. They will decline it, and they'll bring up a fourth down for Wenatchee. And no gain on the play as the ball was back to the 22-yard line. So good job by the defense, by the Chiefs, to sniff out that little screen pass over the middle. And into punt will be Juan Rios. And Moses Lake looks to get good field position as Kyson Thomas stands at his own 45-yard line to receive the punt from Rios. Juan standing at his own 10. Good pass from center. Left foot into it. A wobbly kick will go off the side of his foot, take a Wenatchee bounce, and go out of bounds at the Moses Lake 47-yard line. 31 yards on the punt. No return as it went out of bounds. So it'll be first down for Moses Lake from their own 47-yard line with 8:58 to go here in regulation. Moses Lake leading in this one, 24-13, after a field goal in their last possession from 28 yards out. First down and 10 here for Brock Clark. Ball right hash mark. He'll send a man of motion and hand it on a little misdirection inside. And a good gain on first down that time for Maddox Gwynn as he will get ahead for 10 yards and a not quite. They're going to say 9 yards, so it'll be second and 1. The official on the near side, or the far side of the field, I should say, waving his hands and saying, hang on, that should be enough for the first down. Again, eyeballs. And again, we do have a mixed crew here tonight, Paul, and we should mention that too. The referee tonight is from the Tri-Cities. Everybody else from Chelan County. Anytime you work together with a mixed crew like that, it is a little bit of a challenge, isn't it?
Yep, just takes a little bit of time to get together, and the statewide mechanics are the same, but everybody does things just a little bit differently, and get confidence in the crew along the way as well.
So they initially had it marked as a second down. They are going to come out and measure this one. And the stretch, and it is just about an inch short. So it will be second down from the Wenatchee 44-yard line officially. They need the 43 for a first down.
And good job by the crew to bring
Dan
out the
Koontz
change.
up here in the booth. How you doing, Dan? You made the stairs. So second down and literally an inch here. Let's see if they go for the mile. Brock Clark in the shotgun. Four-man defensive front for Wenatchee. Back to pass, looking left, pumping, now throwing. The ball caught, but then immediately tackled for a loss on the play. Alex Brender comes up and makes the tackle made by Charlie Jorgensen on Joe Middleton. Loss on the play back to the 47-yard line. Loss of 3 yards. Great converge here on the near side for Wenatchee by Jorgensen, who went out earlier with what apparently was an arm injury of some sort, but he's back out there. Alex Brender will pick up Joel Middleton in front of the Wenatchee bench. 3 receivers to the Moses Lake side on a third down and 4 yards to go. Back. Pressure. Scrambling. Clark gets away. First down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. How he got out of that, I have no idea. Camden Lloydhammer had his hands all over him. So did Rivers Cook. But a great job of scrambling by Brock Clark, and he'll pick up the first down. Gain of 9 yards when it looked like he was dead to rights.
Yeah, I think he broke about 4 tackles in the backfield there.
In the old days, you'd say, hey, wait a minute, you need to check his uniform. He's got some Vaseline on there. Well, see, you come from the era when we had the breakaway jerseys, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, tearaway jerseys, you bet. Loved them.
First down from the 38 for Moses Lake of Wenatchee. Ball middle of the hash marks, and Clark's just going to keep it himself on a dive play right side. Getting a left hand out and hanging on for dear life was Jesus Segovia. He's going to be in double digits on tackles here tonight, as Clark will take it to the 33 of Wenatchee, gain of 5 yards. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by One Way Construction. Your project, your way. Find them online at onewayconstructionnw.com. Also by Rivercom 911. They're hiring. See what a career as a telecommunicator can do for you and what you can do for your community. Go to rivercom911.org or apply today.
Another quick quarter, Eric. We're down to 6 minutes and 26 seconds to go.
Moses Lake, you just got to love to just chew up the rest of this clock and get out of here with a win. Get ready for the state tournament next week. Clark again going to take the snap, take the ball up the middle himself. He's going to be dropped at about the 30-yard line. Stood up there anyway by Wenatchee as Rivers Cook gets a hold of him. They're going to put the ball at the 29, so about a yard shy of the first down. Gain of 4 yards on the carry there at time by Clark. We finish up the broadcast. We'll head down to the field and try to grab Scott Devereaux, head coach for the Panthers, as well as one of his players. Third down and less than one, really. See if Clark takes it himself again. He will. Left side, and he's got the first down and more. Puts a hand out to the 20, and then finally brought down at about the 15-yard line, as it was Alex Brender on the stop. But again, Brock Clark just using his speed to get around the corner, and a gain all the way down. They're going to put him at the 16, so a gain of 13 yards on a running play when they needed just a yard.
And he stayed in bounds, so that clock keeps rolling.
And that's a heads-up play by the junior quarterback for the Moses Lake Chiefs. And if you're a fan of the Big Nine, you hope for good things for your teams that represent your conference when they head to the state tournament. It has not been smooth sailing for anybody from the Big Nine for several years now. Handoff inside, and Maddox Gwynn on the carry on a dive play as he'll take it inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. We're going to get a timeout taken by Wenatchee here. We'll take a break as well. 30 seconds on the broadcast. With 4:45 to go, 24-13. Moses Lake on top. We're back after this. Well, Wenatchee takes a timeout, trying to slow down the momentum of this drive here by Moses Lake, as the Chiefs would be happy just to run this clock out, as we have 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in this one at the Apple Bowl tonight. Along with Paul Collard, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel. Hope you've had fun doing this tonight, Paul.
Oh, I've had a blast tonight, Eric. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm glad that I thought to reach out to you. I don't know why I didn't think about that earlier, but glad you were able to join me. And well, if Grant decides he's going to take a flight again, I'll give you a call.
Say, sounds like a winner. It's been Paul. A blast.
Second down coming up from the 13 of Wenatchee. Chiefs have all their starters out there as they lead it 24-13 here. And a game I honestly is surprising me on how close this is. Panthers have played really well tonight. Snap back. Pressure. Lloydhammer is not going to let him go this time, as he'll bring the quarterback down for a sack on the play. Third sack of the night for the Panther defense. Second sack by Camden Lloydhammer, and he will drop him at the 21-yard line, a loss of 8 yards. Camden Lloydhammer has just been an animal this season for the Wenatchee Panthers. Timeout, by the way, taken by Wenatchee. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Sangster Motors. The American Challenge is on at Sangster Motors, home of the all-new Yukon SUV. Also by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, providing outstanding value and service since 1962. By the way, Paul, we talked about it a little briefly on our pregame show, but I wanted to congratulate you again on being selected to the Pacific Northwest Football Officials Association Hall of Fame. 11th member to be selected, class of 2020.
Yep.
Congratulations on that. That is huge.
Yeah, it's a big deal. When I first started doing refereeing football, I didn't know there was a Hall of Fame for it. And quite frankly, I didn't even know we even got it, made any money doing it. I just wanted to give back to the kids and whatnot. And it, like I said in the pregame, it was just been an incredible ride. Just the amount of people I've been able to meet, some traveling, and I mean, to get a phone call that says you've been even considered into the Hall of Fame is incredible.
That's got to be amazing.
To get the actual, the votes to get in. And now I'm just waiting for COVID to go away so we can go have a banquet to actually do it. That would be nice.
Get to see everybody and thank everybody for that. That's fantastic. So third down and long coming up from just outside the 20-yard line here for the Chiefs after the timeout by Wenatchee. Snap is back. Clark looking for the end zone. The ball is overthrown. The intended receiver, Amezqua, was in coverage of Asher Lindgren. That's going to bring up fourth down. Clock will stop on the incomplete pass. Wenatchee has done a good job of covering tonight. I mean, they haven't given up a lot of cheap plays. There's been just some really good blocking on some gash gains for the running game for Moses Lake here tonight. But that's really it. So Wenatchee, give them credit for and again, it's been a mixed bag on literally. Scott Devereaux told me as they're getting on the bus to go down last week to play at Eisenhower, he was told as they're getting on the bus, 2 of his starters are out because of, protocols. So here we go with a field goal attempt. This one is spotted at the 28, so it's a 38-yard field goal attempt by Ida Bone. And the ball is blocked. It's going to be covered by Moses Lake. And how about the Panthers? Amezcua comes through with the block. It'll be Wenatchee football at their own 30-yard line.
Panthers will take over from the 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 for Wenatchee, trailing at 24-13. You know, stranger things have happened, folks. 4:20 to go in the ball game. Wenatchee needs 2 scores, however, so the sledding is tough, but you know what? That's why they play it. 1st down and 10 for Jake Devereaux. 3 receivers to the wide side of the field towards Moses Lake's side. On this 1st down and 10, back to pass goes Devereaux. Got blocking, throws, ball caught by Lloydhammer. He's across the 40, out to the 46-yard line, and a 1st down. Gain of 16 yards. Dooley will split out to the right. 3 receivers left here for Devereaux. Lloydhammer has been the workhorse here tonight. Devereaux going to step up in the pocket and going to get hit and spun down right at the line of scrimmage. Lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage. And again, Camden Stout. It's been he and Villa up front for Moses Lake that have done a whale of a job here in this ball game. So 2nd down and 10 from the 46. Devereaux really didn't even look downfield that time. He just tucked it and wanted to run it. Back to pass here. Has some time. He's going to chuck it downfield. Looking for the antenna receiver. No, it's intercepted. On the return is Wittes. Wittes up the Moses Lake sideline. He's got 2 men to beat, and he will be tackled at the 20. And that's the 3rd turnover by Wenatchee here on the night, and that should do it. Well, I mentioned that Devereaux just kind of chucked it. Looked like he was looking for possibly a Mezcua downfield or possibly Lloydhammer. By the way, Camden putting his arm around Devereaux as he ran off the field and was talking to him and trying to cheer him up.
Yeah, that ball was thrown in double coverage and just a little bit short.
So the 1st down for Moses Lake will be at the 22 of Wenatchee after the return by Wittes on the interception.
3:19 left to go.
So Moses Lake gets the football back right where they just about had it moments ago. Handoff is inside, and Wenatchee tearing at the football is in the hands of Maddox Gwynn. He will hold on and get yardage ahead to the 18, so a gain of 4 yards.
Gain of 4.
We'll see if Coach Devereaux will join us on the postgame show. We have had a challenge getting Scott to come over and talk to us on TV after games, win or lose. So we'll see if we're able to get him. Might want to talk to Camden Lloydhammer tonight after a good game by the senior. 2nd down coming up for Moses Lake. Ball left side, thrown left side. The ball caught over there. And Thomas gets away from a tackler and gets it into the end zone for a touchdown. So the ending score will be more than what this game was, as Caden Thomas will collect it in and take it in from 18 yards out on the pass from Brock Clark. Wenatchee just looked a little tired, a little slow to get over there on that play to Kyson Thomas. The extra point by Iden Bone here. Kicking game has been a little interesting as far as the field goal attempts. This extra point, however, is no good. It's wide right, so they miss it. We'll take a 30-second break and come back with 2:26 to go in the ball game, 30-13. Moses Lake on top. You're watching Big Nine football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
Well, the drive just 2 plays after the interception by Wittes. Clark hits Thomas for the 18-yard touchdown pass, the extra point wide right. 30-13 our score with 2:26 to go here in the ball game, as Moses Lake will kick it back to Wenatchee. Again, don't forget to join us for volleyball tomorrow. It's the district championship. Wenatchee and Eastmont meeting for the 3rd time this season. We'll have that at noon for you here on the NCWLIFE Channel. This ball will be returned to the 20-25 on the return for Wenatchee. As they unstack it, we'll have to see who that was on the return, as they've kind of gone drawing straws on the sideline to see who wants to go out and do it. Caden Zimmerman on the return for Wenatchee. And they will spot the ball at 27 of the Panthers. So Wenatchee, one more opportunity to try to get some points on the board here with 2:20 to go.
And we have a new quarterback out there.
All right, and that quarterback looks like it's Jackson Bishop. Bishop looking left, throwing left, and threw it behind Amezquah. And it'll be a 2nd down coming up from the 27. Jackson Bishop, backup quarterback, 5'10", 160-pound senior on senior night, has 295 yards passing this season with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Yeah, I put the wrong name there. His first name's actually Jackson. Sorry about that, Paul. So Bishop in the shotgun, looks left, throws left. The ball is caught out there. It's Lloydhammer yet again. He'll get across the 30 out to about the 32-yard line. So a gain of 5 yards on that pass play to Lloydhammer. Been a busy guy tonight, both running the football, catching the football, tackling, sacking. So we'll see if we can get Cam to Lloydhammer on the postgame here on the NCWLIFE Channel. 3rd down coming up from the 32. Clock continues to wind here. Moments left in this one. Jackson Bishop back to pass, look out, has pressure from behind. It threw out the flat, the ball caught by Lloydhammer, and he just refuses to go down. He's going to be shy of the yard to gain, however, and they're going to put him out of bounds at the 36. He'll stop the clock there, and a gain of 4 yards. It'll be 4th down for Wenatchee. A couple of yards to go, and 1:29 left in the ball game. I will hand things off to Paul here once we get into our post-game show. He'll run down the numbers for you, and then I'll head down field side and get Dan Kuntz to help me out to try to get Cam to Lloydhammer on our post-game show, and hopefully Scott Devereaux. We'll see about that. So Jackson Bishop on a 4th down play will hand it off to Silas St. John. He'll have the 1st down out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Gain of 6 yards for St. John. Silas getting back into the lineup here for Wenatchee on senior night. Senior looking at this, his last game in a home uniform here in front of his home crowd. Bishop rolling left, buying time, throwing out. The ball caught over there by Amezquah as he will step out of bounds at the 47 of Moses Lake. Will be good enough for a 1st down. Gain of 11 on that pass play out to the left side. 1:05 to go for Wenatchee. Oops, Panthers jump, and that'll be 5 yards against the offense. 9 penalties and 75 yards tonight against Wenatchee. 11:45 tomorrow morning will be our pregame for the district championship in volleyball. By the way, don't forget, also tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastmont will host Moses Lake in girls soccer for a last chance at state in the district tournament after Eastmont fell to West Valley last night in double overtime, 2-1. Back to pass goes Bishop, throwing deep downfield. The ball is underthrown and through the hands of the defender Wittes, almost at his second pick of the night. Flag down in the backfield, though, as we'll have a hold against the offense. So it'll be first down over again. I'm sure that Moses Lake will take the penalty. It'll be 10-yard spot foul. So they'll put it back at the Wenatchee 45-yard line after the penalty. And that hurts, man. And the ball at the Moses Lake 47-yard line. You have your quarterback deep, and the pass protection holds, and that spot foul. Man, that hurts. 10 penalties, 85 yards unofficially against Wenatchee in the ball game.
And 1 minute on the game clock.
Panthers have one timeout left if they want to use it. Back to pass again, Bishop. Rolling out to his right, throwing behind the intended receiver, Lloydhammer, as Bishop was tracked down and spilled by Tel Rathbun. Second down on the incomplete pass from the 45 coming up. Rathbun has had a quiet night. He came in for Moses Lake with 4.5 sacks. I guess he did get 1 sack tonight, so that gave him 5.5 sacks on the season, but not a lot of tackles for number 12 in the Moses Lake uniform tonight. Second down coming up from the 35-yard line for Wenatchee. Back to pass, Bishop wants to throw over the middle. The ball nearly picked off. They're trying to get it to Amezcua on a little screen play, but stepping in the middle of that whole mess was Marcus Duval, and he almost had a pick six. Third down from the 35 after the incomplete pass. Well, it was 7-6 at the end of one. It was 21-6 at halftime. Wenatchee closed it to 21-13 in the third, but it's been all Moses Lake since. As the Chiefs have scored 10 points here in this fourth quarter. Jackson Bishop again back to pass, wants to throw it over the middle. The ball is caught by Lloydhammer, a juggling catch. He'll get it back onto the Moses Lake side of midfield. It'll be fourth down coming up for Wenatchee after the 16-yard pass play to Lloydhammer. They got a lot of that yardage back with 43 seconds left in the game. Lloydhammer steps out of bounds. So game time here for Wenatchee. Moses Lake trying to wrap up the regular Big Nine season undefeated in conference play. Fourth down and 12. Jailbreak, pressure, throw, ball incomplete. And that will be our game. Amezcua, the intended receiver. Again, the coverage by Walker Wittes. And it will go over on downs. And Moses Lake can just snap this football and wrap this one up here tonight. So that 30-13 final score is a lot more than what this game was. After the interception and a touchdown just a couple of plays later by the Chiefs with 2:26 to go, it was a tight ball game up until that point. Victory formation for Brock Clark and for the Chiefs. And snap, and he will kneel down. And if the officials just hang on a moment before they spot it, that will be all we'll need here for this one. And that will do it. So congratulations to the Moses Lake Chiefs, Big Nine champs. They win it tonight 30-13 to improve their record to 7-3 overall, 6-0 in Big Nine play, unblemished Big Nine record. The clear champions of the conference, and will head to the state tournament next week, and we'll find out their seeding coming up on Sunday. Wenatchee, meanwhile, drops to 1-7 on the season, 0-5 in Big Nine play, and they'll have one more on the road next week at Davis on Thursday. We're going to take a break, come back, post-game show coming up. Paul will have the numbers, and I'll be down on the field as you've been watching Big Nine football on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Sierra with hands-free driving offers the most advanced and luxurious pickup in its class. Yeah, it rocks.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious? No, he's not. He's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Direct from Las Vegas, Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday cirque. Experience holograms, interactive lasers, projection mapping, and a cast of international cirque performers on one stage. Experience the futuristic holiday show everyone's talking about. Make new memories with your family this holiday season and experience Holiday Dreams, a spectacular holiday show. Live in concert.
Welcome back to NCWLIFE and the Apple Bowl for some unofficial post-game statistics here, some final game statistics between tonight's game between the visiting Moses Lake Chiefs and your Wenatchee Panthers, won by Moses Lake by the score of 30-13. Let's start out with some Wenatchee Panther statistics. Cam Lloydhammer, what a workhorse tonight. Rushing, he had 20 rushes for 128 yards. The 6'4", 225-pound senior. Last game here at the Apple Bowl. Just a great job tonight. Jake Devereaux had 6 rushes for a total of minus 17 yards with his quarterback sacks. Silas St. John had 2 rushes for 8 yards. Jake Devereaux, as far as passing, 19 passes, 126 yards total on that. And here in the fourth quarter, towards the end of the game when Jackson Bishop came in, he threw 8 times for 36 yards. As far as receiving for the Wenatchee Panthers, Caden Zimmerman, 4 catches for 20 yards. Johnny Meza, 7 for 80 yards. And Cam Lloydhammer, 5 catches for 46 yards. Wenatchee had 2 penalties for a total of 10 yards. As far as the Moses Lake Chiefs, they were led in rushing by Sergio Guzman, 59 yards. Maddox Gwynn, 5 carries for 40 yards. And Brock Clark, 6 carries for 25 yards. Passing, Brock Clark had a total of 35 passing attempts for 215 yards total. As far as receiving tonight for the Moses Lake Chiefs, their leading receiver was Kyson Thomas with 10 catches and 119 yards. Sergio Guzman had 6 catches for 33 yards. Joel Middleton, 2 catches for 10 yards. Hayden Thornberry, 8 catches for 89 yards. Asher Lindgren, 6 catches for 66 yards. Those end your statistics here for the the game here tonight at the Apple Bowl. Those are your player statistics. Let's want to take a quick break. We'll come back with Eric and a coach on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Welcome back here on the postgame show on the NCWLIFE Channel, where the Wenatchee Panthers fall to the Moses Lake Chiefs here by a final of 30-13 here tonight. Turnovers, the big issue for Wenatchee. 3 turnovers on the night, a fumble and a couple of interceptions. Also penalties, 10 penalties and 85 yards unofficially. Costly for Wenatchee as they climbed into this one, and they were in a Donnybrook through the night, but it was Moses Lake that had the advantage down the end, and they win it by a final of 30-13. The touchdown drives on the night for the Chiefs. They got on the board first in the first quarter with 6:33 to go as Guzman took it in from 18 yards out. The big question is whether he's okay for their postseason run. He got injured late in this one as Moses Lake led 7-0 at that point. But Wenatchee answered right back as Camden Lloydhammer took it in from 27 yards out around the right side. He would cap a 7-play, 54-yard drive as Wenatchee missed the extra point on a bad snap, 7-6 at that point with 4:13 to go in the first quarter. It would be a Moses Lake touchdown after a fumble by Lloydhammer in the second quarter as Moses Lake capped the drive on 2 plays, 22 yards. The touchdown run by Clark, their quarterback. Extra point made it 14-6. They would add to that on a Clark to Throneberry touchdown pass that capped a 10-play, 73-yard drive. That made it 21-6 with 2:44 to go in the half. The Panthers would turn the ball over again just before the end of the half on an interception. Wenatchee would come out and hold on downs to start the second half, and things looked like it was maybe going to turn around in Wenatchee's favor as they marched down the field on a 12-play, 95-yard drive. The touchdown run from Lloydhammer, his second of the night, made it 21-13, but Wenatchee could get no closer as Moses Lake added a field goal of 28 yards and then a touchdown of 18 yards, and that would be the end of the game as it's a final of 30-13 here tonight. We're waiting to see if we're going to get Camden Lloydhammer. We might not. We'll see about that. We'll take one more break and come back here. You're watching Big Nine football on the NCWLIFE Channel. We'll be right back.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Let's face it, selling your good used vehicle can be a hassle, if nothing else. Consign your vehicle here at Global Elite Motors. When you do, you'll get the best possible price because of our proprietary selling system. We offer the ability to finance, add warranties, take trade-ins, and much, much more. Each consignment vehicle we represent is thoroughly inspected and marketed to attract qualified buyers. Let us help sell your quality vehicle. Buying a vehicle? Consigning a vehicle? Stop by Global Elite Motors on Wenatchee Avenue at Global Car Care.
Welcome back here on the postgame show as we're joined by Scott Devereaux, head coach for the Wenatchee Panthers. Come up short tonight, but Scott, I'll tell you what, you guys fought hard on senior night tonight.
Proud of the kids, the way they played. You know, we kept swinging. Weren't intimidated, weren't scared, and we played with them for 3 quarters, you know, but second half has not been our friend this year and reared its ugly head once again.
Well, penalties and turnovers were very costly for you. I mean, you take those out or you minimize some of those, and I mean, you guys went toe-to-toe with those guys.
Yeah, you know, we had the fumble down at this end of the field there in the first half and gave them a short field and a couple interceptions there in the second half. You know, once they got the 30 points, we knew we had to throw the ball a little bit, and they knew it too. You know, but yeah, some timely penalties, some holding calls that really hurt us, and you know, but the kids kept swinging, you know, and a lot of upset players out down there right now, and upset for our seniors. You know, I love those kids, and you know, we got one more shot next week, and we got to get one.
I tell you, we kept calling his name all night tonight. One of the guys I wanted to bring out to you is Jesus Segovia. I thought he played great tonight.
Yeah, Jesus is a warrior. You know, he's playing both ways, almost every snap of offense and most of the snaps on defense. He's just a great kid, and it's come a long ways. You know, he wasn't a starting linebacker at the start of the season. He's really stepped it up.
Well, Camden Lloydhammer, who's joining us now here on the postgame show as well. Thank you for doing that, Camden. I wanted to talk about his play and this kid. I mean, you know, he's not a running back, but you put him in a running back, and he's doing whatever he can for you. 2 sacks tonight, for goodness sakes. I mean, he's all over the field.
Yeah, I mean, to me, he's an MVP of the league. I mean, he's that kind of guy. Defensively, there's nobody better, I think, in our league. You know, he was a tight end receiver. The last 4 games he's played running back. He probably has more yards rushing than anybody in the league in those games, you know. And you say he's not a running back, he might argue with you. But, you know, he's a warrior too. I mean, he's just been playing great as a senior this year, and we're going to miss him.
Camden, let's talk about that. I know you hate losing, but how fun is that, though, to carry the rock like that and to carry your team on your shoulders?
You know, it's always fun just to compete and just do whatever you can for your team, whether it's blocking or running, to be honest. I mean, whatever the team needs, I'll do. So I enjoy every part of just being with my guys.
You get a couple of sacks tonight, aside from a couple of touchdowns. What means more to you out there on the field? Do you like getting those sacks better than getting in the end zone?
I'm not going to lie. I do like those sacks just because my brother gets on me about them. So once I get a sack, I get happy.
Now, a tough moment towards the end of the game. You guys are trying to come back against these guys, get an interception. You know, Devereaux throws that interception, but I saw you put your arm around him as you're walking off the field there. What did you have to say to him?
I just said, keep your head up, bro. Like, everybody makes mistakes, and it's not your fault. just keep working hard over the summer, and you guys will be back here. That's pretty much what I said.
Well, Camden, on behalf of the rest of the seniors, we appreciate you guys and the effort you put forth, no matter what the scoreboard reads. We appreciate you guys, bleeding purple every Friday night.
I was like, yep, it's an honor to be a Panther every day.
They've got one more chance next Thursday night against Davis at 6 o'clock. That's going to wrap it up for our broadcast here tonight. Thanks to Camden, thanks to Scott, and thank you for joining us here for Wenatchee Panther football as they fall short to the Moses Lake Chiefs tonight by a score of 30-13. Have a good night, everybody.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5,
Thanks for watching High School Sports on your home for local high school sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast was brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Charter College, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Rivercom 911, and Sangster Motors. Stay with us all year long for high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return to regular programming already in progress.